it's working or shots. Give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And
what up, Nine?
I'll run this nation.
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Boy, I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title, we about to get into it. But before we get into that, let me get into the chat. My brother Gary Busted Down Brown, Mr. 33 himself. What it do with the business is, man. What up, Nine? Appreciate you. Bud Fowles, always good to see you. Hope the family good. Hope the family great. Hey, man, I ain't really got nothing to talk about tonight. That's why I put a bring you on topic. No Unscrupulous, though, man. I guess the best way to say it is my patience wearing down with ignorance. I have no patience for the ignorance, man. We can have a conversation. We can have a great dialogue. We can talk about some things that matter. We can even talk about things that don't matter, as long as it ain't into the unscrupulous veil, as long as it don't go into that dimension, right? I ain't trying to go there. I ain't got no patience for it, right? I ain't perfect. I'm just progressing, and I believe in progression. Like, I'm an adult. Like, if you 20, if you're a kid, I can understand. But like with adults, I think adults have adult conversations. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here for a good time, but not a long time, and not no BS. So What to do with the business is, hey, uh, I do want to laugh about some stuff, right? So, I love my wife to death. My wife is my life, and she know that. But I just had to tell her, man, like, yo, timeline on social media, that shit remind me of excuse my cuss, but her timeline on social media, it reminds me of like Final Destination. It's like she like, oh, this what happened. Some lifeguard, he was in New York actually, or New Jersey, somewhere, got impaled by a beach umbrella. I'm like, what? Then she was telling me some crazy maniac overseas somewhere grabbed a 2-year-old and slammed it for no reason. It was a Iranian kid. They slammed it for no reason. And I'm looking like, man, your whole timeline is then a 4-year-old shunt malfunction and it passed away. I'm looking like, man, it's your timeline. Like, it's just, you need to switch that up. And, we had these conversations about the information we consume. And I talked to my wife often about that. Like, man, get that crap off of there. Stop looking at stuff like that. I even got to tell my wife that. Like, man, I do not want to hear none of this stuff. I know bad stuff happen all the time in the world. That's just a part of life. Unfortunate things happen. But I don't got a console. I'm like, man, where the feel good stories at? When the last time y'all heard of a firefighter climbing a tree, saving a cat? Like, I want to hear stuff like that. Or somebody was out and then she told me like somebody fell in a volcano. Like, you fall in a volcano? Who that? Oh, they were hiking. I'm like, look, to fall in a volcano, you gotta be by a volcano. Who the hell goes by volcanoes? Like that, look, man, everything comes with something. That's a risk you take. Walking by a volcano, you might fall in. Like, who does that shit? That's like when people be like, oh, a shark attack. I don't feel bad for those people. What the hell are you swimming around sharks for? Shout out to Missing My talk about I swim with sharks. She talk about in the cage though. But even that, man, I'm straight. What if the shark, you know how many pounds of pressure and things bite with? I'm straight. I'm good. I can't do it. I can't do it. Hold on one second. Let me get this door down. See, I'm behind the door.
Front door.
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Oh, she didn't even give me that. Oh, shit. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Shout out to Missing My. Yeah, shout out to Missing My, man. Yeah, but you got to be around stuff. You got to be around a volcano before that. Like, I'll be like, dang, that's messed up. But I'll be like, man, what the hell is you doing that shit for? Chill out, man. Like, when I was young, though, I used to do some extreme stuff. So I can understand, you want to prove yourself, like, you want to conquer things. I never had an opportunity to go to Africa and go on a wild game hunt. I ain't gonna lie, it was but a bunch of, no, I'm straight. They might start trying to hunt me. I'm good. They bringing back wild boar. And then they going bear hunting. They bringing, I'm like, man, I ain't about to go hunt none of them animals ain't coming to the hood hunting me. I ain't going to their hood hunting them. I'm good. Stuff happens. But it's less likely to happen if you don't put yourself in a position for it to happen. That's what I learned in life. You know, my 41 years. Yeah, anything can happen anywhere. It's just more likely to happen if you put yourself in position for it to happen. Then it's more likely to happen. The probability goes up, right? So I'm straight, man. Just some things I'm good with. Mm-mm. I am A-OK. I ain't playing with no wild animal. I ain't messing with Mother Nature. I'm straight. I'm good. I learned from that when we was talking the other day. You learn from other people's experiences. Don't ever ask me to go hiking by no volcano because people fall in. And guess what? You go. Because if you think if somebody will come save you from a damn volcano, then that's your fault. I'm good, man. I'm straight. Happy belated birthday to Tay Eats. Oh yeah, happy birthday. When was Tay's birthday? That's sad. I didn't even know it was Tay's birthday. My bad. Shout out to Tay Eats, man. I thought her birthday been passed, bro. Oh yeah, Tay is a Cancer. Her birthday, because my wife's birthday coming up. Her birthday. Yeah, shout out to Tay Eats, man. Let me text her now. So happy belated birthday, man. Poor little Ting Ting. Shit, if y'all don't tell me, I won't even remember my birthday. Did she go live? Commander, what up, Nine? The lady of the Nine, the Minister of the General Defense is in the building. What it do with the business is? Yeah, I just texted her. I'm late as hell. How many days ago was it? I mean, I know my wife. I can't almost say something. She'll probably watch this shit tomorrow. Like, okay, let me be quiet. Anyway, yeah, my wife's birthday coming up, and then she talking about going to the zoo, doing. I'm like, look, check this out, man. Until they look, I ain't about to go about around a bunch of people with a one way in, one way out. Nah, I'm good. I'm straight. Especially when I can't go packing. I'm good, bro. Can't, can't pack my survival instruments. I don't want to go. No, I'm good. I'm good, man. Mm-mm. But yeah. So it's just bring your own topic. Ain't nobody talk about nothing, so I'm gonna just keep talking my mess until somebody decide to come save me from myself. So I start working out again. I'm feeling the pump, right? I'm getting tight and everything. And my kids, I always do like calisthenics with them. But like my son, he want to lift weights now. My wife, like, he too young. I'm like, babe, my son is 5 years old. Listen to what I'm saying. And I bullshit you not. He's 5 years old. He can pick up a 24 case of water. And he only take like 3 or 4 steps with it. But I've been had him curling like a milk, like a gallon of milk, but it's not full up. It's maybe a quarter of water. So it's probably about 4. I think when I put it on the scale, it was like 4 pounds. Like 4 pounds. So he see me using weights and now he won't weight. And I didn't believe in allowing kids to lift weights at an early age. But once I became a trainer, it's like I just feel like now I got him a set of weights like 1 or 2 pounds. I'm not gonna let him lift no more than that. Like he can curl a 5 pound weight. He can pick up a 10 pound weight and put it over his head. But as far as him working out with me, I got him a 1 and a 2 pound weight. So I'm gonna let him work out with me on that. And I told my wife like this will I'm watching him and like my son does whatever he wants to do, right? He do stuff his way, but with the weights, with the working out, he follows direction. And I noticed, like I said, anything you develop in one area of your life, it can translate over. So ever since he's been working out with me, it's easier to guide him and give him directions in other aspects of life. I just remind him, like, you know how you listen to me when we're working out? I need you to do it like that too. He's like, so I see it in him translating over into other things, you know. because he really enjoys like working out and stuff like that. And then my daughter, like I said, her movement, her mimicking and everything, she ain't even got the weight, and she practicing the form of curl. So I'm excited about that. I get excited when I'm like teaching my kids new things, man. That's like one of the greatest things in life. Like having kids, man, that's one of the greatest blessings I have in life, man. It's raising and rearing my children. Rearing, I'm a real daddy, like a real dad. I'm really active, and I feel bad for people who can't be in their kids' lives like that, especially like men who want to be in their kids' lives. Because, like, I know a couple great dudes, real good dudes, just had kids by the wrong person. And not in every circumstance, not in every circumstance, but there are women who will weaponize them kids against men. And I see that. And that's what took me so long to have kids. Like, I'm straight, man. You got to find a level-headed person. And then you don't know if people will change later on down the road. So, I mean, you gotta know the core of the person. It's just so I got a female friend. Her baby daddies ain't shit. She had two baby daddies. Neither one of them ain't shit. She didn't put neither one of them on child support. She don't ask them for nothing. She just raised her kids. Her husband now, she ended up getting married. One of her kids is grown. She had kids her first kid when we was in high school. One of her kids is grown. Other one about to be grown. But the guy who stepped in, he filled the role as a stepfather. He really did, But like I used to feel bad for her, like, damn, man. And I used to tell her, like, man, put them motherfuckers on child support. Make them do nothing. Do something. One of them is my god kid. And I'm like, make them do something. She was like, nah, man. She was like, when they grow up, they see how their daddy is. But at least they know I didn't do nothing to hurt him. Like, he can't say I did anything. I didn't try to keep him away. I didn't try to do none of that. She still took him over, like, the grandmother's house, the auntie's house. She still let them have relationships with them. But as they got older, they was, like, kind of rebellious because they didn't have a dad. And then she, met the guy. He stepped in and gave him a little stability. Her son was still wild. But the daughter, she doing her thing. She's doing her thing. About to go off to college. She got scholarships. She got full ride. And she called me God Daddy, but called the other dude her dad. But I mean, you just gotta. I mean, there's no manual on who to have a kid with, but you should know the person's core. Because having a kid, they say 18 years, that's a lifetime you got to deal with that person, man. It's a whole lifetime. Riders, what up, sis? Rachel, what up, Nine? Dee Dee. What up, though, Dee? Appreciate y'all. Yeah, you got to have kids by the right people, man. Because if you don't, man, that it can be detrimental to you and the child. I've been around women. I dated women, right? This is the weird thing, right? I dated two women. I'm gonna say two, but these two women. I dated a couple women with kids, but these two particular women, right? Both when I met them, they had one of them. Though both of them had one kid when I met them, and both of their baby fathers were in jail, and I think it was like one of them was like maybe 4 or 5 months after dating their baby daddy got out. One of them was like we dated for almost a year. It was probably like 9 months and the baby daddy got out, right? But both of these women were bashing these dudes, talking about they ain't shit, they ain't this, they ain't that. Both of these women was living with me. Do you know when they baby daddies got out, their whole tune changed? Like they were still lying to me like, oh, they ain't shit. But I'm not the type of dude. I've never been the type of dude to like. I'm not possessive. I'm very protective, but I'm not possessive. Meaning, like if you tell me you're going somewhere, I'm not checking. I ain't following you. I ain't doing none of that shit. If you tell me you gonna be here and you go somewhere else, that's on you. If something happened, then that's on you. That's just how I feel, right? And at this time, like my wife, she share her location, so she always want me to know where she at. That's just how my wife is. But other women, like if they was going somewhere, I'd be like, "Where you going?" I'm going here. Okay, so if something happened, I know where to go. But I'm not possessive. I'm not about to follow you. I ain't about to ride past and do none of that. I'm not even gonna call you. If you tell me you here, you gonna be home at this time. That's what I expect. If it's something else, then it is what it is. You talk to me when you come back. It's always been like that. So when they baby dad, one of them didn't even tell me, like the baby daddy was out. The other one, she started taking him. She's like, "Oh, I gotta take him to his probation officer." I'm like, "Why you gotta take him to his probation officer?" "Oh, because he ain't got nobody." I'm like, "He living with his mom," and this dude was older. I'm like, "He living with his mama. Why his mama can't take? Why he can't catch the bus? Like, there's ways he can get there. Why you gotta take him? Move, Noah. Come on, why you always messing with me when I'm chilling, bro? You wanna fight? We gonna fight. I'm telling you." So the one chick would, had to take him. Come to find out, like the daughter was like one day, I went and got her from school, and she was like, "Yeah, my dad came over yesterday." I'm like, "Came over where?" I'm thinking she like said the dad came over to the school. "Oh, she can't. He can't." I said, "Your dad came over to my house?" She said, "Yeah." So I checked. "Oh, girl, like, what is this dude coming over my house for?" And I don't know. I don't allow dude in my house when I'm not there. And she was like, "Oh, he just wanted to see her." And I'm like, "Why is he at my house though? Why you couldn't take her over there? You went to go get him, bring him over my house, chilling in my living room, eating my food." I'm like, "Nah, this shit ain't gonna last. I'm straight. I'm good." And then that was a whole debacle. That shit fell off. And that I was tripping. Like, I'm tripping because the whole time he was in jail, he ain't shit. When he get out, he don't need to be around the daughter. He ain't never did nothing for her. Yo, you said all this, and then when he get out, you got this man over my house on my couch eating my food. Like, nah, it don't work like that. Don't work. I don't know who you think I am. And then the other chick, like, when her baby daddy got out, she didn't even tell me. She didn't tell me her baby daddy got out. And like this dude went to jail for kicking in her door, putting a shotgun in her and the dude she was dating at the time. So it's like, and then at this time she wasn't living with me. She had her own house. And I used to always go over there to babysit her daughter. So her daughter told me, like, "Yeah, my daddy brought me this for Christmas." And I'm like, "He came over here?" Like, "Yeah." So I'm talking to her. She told me her brother, he went over her brother's house and gave it to her. And I'm like, "No, your daughter said he came over here." And she looked at the daughter, and I'm like, "So is she lying? Who lied?" "Well, he did come over here." I was like, "I'm straight. Have a nice life." She's like, "You gonna break up with me over there? You scared of him?" "No, I ain't scared. I just don't like people lying to me. I feel like I look, man, where I come from, females set people up. And it's like, you telling me he ain't shit, then he get out of jail, you sneaking around with him. That smells like a fucking recipe. To me, that smelled like a recipe. And maybe I was paranoid, but this is why I need a special type of person to be with me. I need somebody honest who I ain't got to, if I got to worry about you lying to me, I'm not with you. I ain't fucking with you. That's just how I am as a person. If you lie to me about shit, because this man know how I look, I don't know how he look. Now he know where you live. I'm here with your daughter. Me and her be going on walks, and I take her to the store and shit. When you at work, I don't know how this man look. He can pull up on me anytime. He know where you live. He know my car. Like, I'm straight. like I said, you put yourself in positions for things to happen, it will. It will. It definitely will. So no, you just gotta, man. Look, when stuff don't look right, it probably ain't right. Especially if you can't get no clarity. And when people ain't trustworthy, then don't trust them. Don't trust them. Trust people to be who they are. They tell you they lie over some bullshit, then guess what? They lie over some real shit too. I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, it took me a while to find my wife, but and then it's like you ever date somebody, right? Like when you dating somebody, you involved with somebody, and then somebody you was trying to talk to all of a sudden got interesting. Or have you ever been in a relationship with somebody and then somebody knew you was in a relationship and still tried to take you, try to get with you? I had to tell this one chick, she was like, "Oh, you think I ain't better?" I'm like, "You want me to leave her for you?" She like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "So if I leave her for you, you don't think I will leave you for someone else?" Well, nah, because I treat you right. Who said she ain't treating me right? Like, who said she ain't, like, that shit never made sense. Like, when somebody told me they was involved with somebody, I'd be like, all right, shit, because that don't make sense. If you take somebody, that just shows that person is willing to leave. I can see if they was like in some type of fucked up or abusive relationship. But even then, like if I met a girl like that and she was unhappy in her relationship and she was still in it, I don't want you neither. I'm straight. I'm good. If I met a woman who was unhappy in a relationship and willing to talk to me, I'm like, no, you just waiting for something better to come along. Like, I'm good. Fuck you will stick in a relationship for and you ain't happy. You just waiting for the next best thing to come along. You might do the same to me. That's one thing I ain't never did. But when I said I was done, I tried to make things work. Like I feel like every relationship has its problems. Nothing is perfect, right? But it's just some things like that ain't worth working on. Or you get that feeling like, especially like when you jump in a relationship early and you don't really know the person and you getting to know them, and then as you getting to know them, you start finding shit out like, nah, I'm straight. I done did that a couple times. Jumped in a relationship too early before I actually knew the person, and then as I was getting to know them, I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work. Like, nah, I'm good. It's like, shout out to my wife, man. We was friends, like friends, just hanging out, talking, getting to know each other before we even start dating. I remember the night that she said, she got jealous. My wife, we had went to Chicago, me, her, and her two cousins, right? And we was just friends at this time. We wasn't, we never slept together. We went out a couple times chilling, but we agreed to, be friends. And they was like, "You want to go to Chicago?" I forgot. It was something happening. It was some. My wife a nerd, right? She like ghosts and she like animals. And it was at the Chicago Aquarium. It was some shark that was supposed to be there, and it was going to be there for a limited time, like that weekend. And then I forgot the name of it. I asked her tomorrow, but it was like an exhibit she wanted to see, and they already planned it. And then she asked me if I wanted to go. I'm like, sure, we can go. So we was going to Chicago for the weekend. So we go there, and I think it was the second night we was there. She was like, "Y'all want to go to this club?" It was a club she always wanted to go to. I don't even know the name of the club, but I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go." So, and I don't dance no more, but when I was young, I used to dance. I used to dance. So, the song came on, I got up dancing, and this chick walked up to me and started like she was doing her thing. So I'm dancing with the chick, and she came on the floor, was like, "Excuse me," pushed the girl and everything. She was like, "But this is my man." And I'm like, "I'm your man?" She like, "Yeah, you my man." I'm like, "We together?" She like, yeah, we together. And I'm like, oh, okay. went sit down, but I was like, dang. Like I remember that. Like yeah. So that's when we officially started dating, I guess. I'm like, so what perks I get now since I'm your man now? She like, shut up. Like since I'm your man. Now I almost I almost went to jail that night. When we was leaving out the club, she had a bottle of water and I had her hand. And after this day, my wife I never let her behind me, no matter what, after this incident happened. But we was walking and you going through the people. So I got her hand, but I'm kind of leading the way to make a path so she can get through. So she kind of staggering behind me. And I felt her tug. And then I heard her say, that's mine. And I turned around and one of the bouncers took the water bottle out of her hand, was like, you can't leave with this. Man, I turned around, grabbed that bottle and pushed him. I'm like, man, I'll take nothing out of her hand. And two other dudes walked up. I put her behind me and I'm looking like, man, y'all ain't about to get fucked up over the water bottle, is y'all? And it was like, yeah. And one of the dudes was like, man, go ahead and take it, bro. It ain't even worth it. It's just water. Let them go out with the water. Like, it ain't no fucking liquor, bro. It's a bottle of water. I got a top. You talking about I can't walk out the club with a bottle of water? Man, fuck out of here. But yeah, I was about to throw down that day. Yeah, my wife, that's my baby, man. That's my baby. I agree all the time. I'm listening. I looked at the chat late. I don't know what y'all agreed with. And I don't know what's all the time, but you feel me? You feel me? Yeah, but yeah, I told my wife like she need to change her whole timeline on social media. She got a lot of depressing shit popping up. Like that's why I don't even look at that shit. Like I don't even watch the news no more. I don't really be caring about what's going on. I don't. I know I'm supposed to. I look at stuff, but I don't get involved with that shit like emotionally or even mentally. Like when I'm constantly thinking about it. I mean, I've seen a lot in my little 41 years. I've seen a lot, and it's not too much that's going to surprise me. It's just not. I've seen some of everything. I've seen a lot of good, and I've seen a lot of bad. So stuff don't. I mean, and it's just you gain wisdom. Like when I don't know, my brother Gary in the chat. You can tell me yes or no. I know is it a Bible verse that asks for the understanding to know what you can change and the wisdom to know what to let go, or something similar to that? I know it's a saying, but I think that shit in the Bible too. Father God, give me the understanding or the wisdom, or give me the strength to change the things that I can and the wisdom to understand the things that I can't. Something similar to that. But that's real, man. Like people say that shit, but they don't do it. People say a lot of stuff and don't do it. People say a lot of stuff and don't do it. And it'd be some of the simplest things people say be the most profound. Like people actually put that into action. There's a lot of stuff in life that's unfortunate and messed up. And if you don't have the skills, the resources, or the ability to do anything about it, you can't let it stress you out. You can't let it give you anxiety. You can't, because that's what it'll do. You'll become depressed. You gain anxiety. You'll be sad. You get mad over stuff that you can't do shit about. Things that you can't change. You have no power. It's so like when old boy was talking about what you gonna do I can't do shit for everybody, bro. I ain't trying to change the world. I'm just trying to change a couple people in it. And hopefully that changed the world. If I can change a couple people and those people change a couple people and that shit keep going like that, we'll change the world. But man, everybody got different problems, man. well, why you ain't talking about no financial? Man, that ain't what I do. That's the problem. People be trying to put on capes that don't fit, trying to do shit they ain't do. Now, if I focus and do what I'm good at, then that'd be my impact. Is other people good at other things? That's why I don't talk about everything, man. I ain't no entertainer. I can sit up here, like, look, man, I can crack jokes and I can have fun, but that ain't, I just do that naturally. I don't want to do that. Like, I can't make a show like, oh, I'm gonna do it. No, man, it'll just come out me when it's supposed to. But this, I like talking about behavior. I like talking about personal development. That's what I like doing. And people who want to talk about that, I like talking to them. Now, it'd be other people talking about other things I enjoy. I go over there and talk to them about that. But when I come on here and do my thing, I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. And shit, I ain't trying to help everybody. I used to think like that. I gotta help my people, and then you look around like, shit, you gotta identify your people first to help them. That's the first thing you gotta do. My neighborhood app now has posts of ICE sighting. Yeah, ICE is here in Dearborn now. Yeah, they here in Dearborn, but see, it's different here in Michigan. Like they come fucking with like Middle Easterns and shit like that. They ain't playing that shit. The black people, Middle Easterns in Dearborn, they get along good. There's some black people like, don't come in our neighborhood. It's like, don't come over here fucking with our people. Yeah. Yeah, putting expectations on people. I don't expect nothing from nobody that they don't expect from themselves, or they ain't tell me to expect. I learned that the hard way. You be expecting something good from somebody who can't produce it, you just go gain disappointment. That's all you gonna get out of it, disappointment. That shit gonna be disappointing. Shit, you might think people capable of things, but it might not be in them. So, I mean, yeah, I don't do the expectation thing. Not unless we have a discussion about it. That's a horse of a different color. If you talk about it then and it's agreed upon, then that's something different, man. But just think somebody supposed to do something or be something because you want them to be, nah. People do that shit to me all the time. I laugh at them. Like, it's your fault, bro. I ain't tell you that shit. Well, you said you were my friend. Yeah, we cool. I mean, you can ask me for every fucking thing under the sun. That does not mean that just because we cool. Hold on, Rachel, I got you. What up, man?
What up?
Yeah, I'm just
I
talking
said
shit.
Rachel.
I think I'm gonna start a show called Talking Real Shit.
Yeah, sorry to short. Just talking real shit. But anyways, you up here. You said you ain't trying to be no Captain Saber. My bad. Captain Saber Planet.
Man, I can't do it, bro. I ain't everybody's savior. I ain't man. Look, I ain't the savior.
That's all you
Most
got to
saviors
do.
become
Let's,
yeah. They
you
you know
throw
what they
five
do with
rings.
most saviors? They put their ass on a cross somewhere. I'm good.
Listen, what
I
you
am
do is
fucking good.
you throw five rings in the air and you figure out who your heroes are going to be. Okay, Captain Planet? The world may
Right,
need saving, but mankind don't want it.
right. I'm good,
Five
man.
rings and the world is yours. Remember that
We used
shit.
to I used to think that shit like when I was younger, like, man, I can make an impact. I can change the world. I can save these people. And then the more you start living, you be like, man, motherfuckers ain't trying to be saved.
I
Like,
was
I'm
like,
straight.
for a second, you had me down there in the chat thinking you was morbid. I was like, hey, let me find out.
Mhm.
He over here said I gave in. He's like, oh, I'm your boyfriend now? He's like, oh, what is my job now?
As I was, I'm sitting there. I was a little tipsy too, you know. And she was like, "This is my man." I'm looking like, me?
See? Norbit.
Yeah, like you just ain't want that big booty girl dancing with me. That's what you ain't want.
Yo, I can't.
Mhm.
Yo, I know he didn't just describe a Norman part. Like, yay, that fucking movie. I can't believe you did that shit. He said, yeah, I just gave in. I did everything she told me to, too. And I was on like popcorn. It wasn't my fault. I was over there just tripping over my shoes. Only word, boy. All
That's the
right.
first time that happened. I
So
guess the
word.
first and the last time. Yeah.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Trump went wild on the news. Come on, drop the F bomb like Trump did.
So that's what my wife, she was like, has the president ever used the F word on the news? I'm
Trump
like, I
did.
don't think so. She was like,
Trump
Trump
did.
just did. I'm like, oh, for real?
He said, fuck that shit. He said, both of them. They're both to blame. I ain't happy with neither one of them. He said, I'm about to go down there now. He shouldn't have seized. They shouldn't have. What? He said, they shouldn't have threw that fucking bomb.
Oh, for real? Oh,
No,
shit.
he said the F word. He did say the F word. I just can't remember which portion of it because he was pissed. But
I
pissed so
mean, listen,
calm that it was funny.
Trump is the first president we had that was like unapologetic with the vernacular, man.
And he said he not
Honestly.
apologizing either. So
Yeah, I mean, usually that position, you look at the creme of the creme, like people they gotta kind of sort of be like Jesus or position themselves like that, like high integrity, like like man, fuck that, I'm gonna be me. So I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised. Like when he didn't apologize or try to correct when he said grab her by the, you know, I was like, oh, that's it. He ain't apologizing for a goddamn thing he said. He gonna say what he want, when he want, how he want it, and dare somebody to do something about it. That's just who he is, man. So I don't
but
know
with
why
the
people
way,
be shocked and surprised.
no, it's shocking because by the way he carries himself, we wouldn't have thought, like the average people wouldn't think that, oh shit,
Man,
like
Trump ghetto as hell, man. Trump is straight hood, man.
that's
I
the
don't see
funny
how y'all
part.
don't. Trump is hood. That's probably the first hood president. Y'all thought Obama was nah, man. Trump is the first hood.
He said,
Name
y'all,
another president. They got felonies and got motherfucking multiple baby mamas. Name one other
yo,
president.
this mofo dated. No, wait, no, his baby mamas ain't none of them black. He did date the black chick though. I was cracking up when they threw that shit in the news. I was like, wait, what? Trump dated a black
What?
chick? Oh shit!
Man, that dude got multiple baby mamas, man. That's unprecedented. We ain't never seen nothing like that. So, I don't even. They keep
Trump,
the illegitimate babies on the hush. Trump, they don't care.
I see why a lot of men be fucking looking up to Trump. They be like, I want to be like Trump.
I don't
Let
want
me
to be like
stop.
Trump. Fuck that.
Let me stop. That's me being messy right now.
I'm straight.
Yo,
But I
no,
do.
but
But look, I respect the position. I respect him for being himself. Do I gotta like him? No. Some people say, well, I can't respect you if I don't like you. I respect a lot of people I don't like just for being themselves. I might not like who they are, but shit, they genuine. They genuinely they self. So I respect that shit.
facts. That's true. Trump is
Gary
hilarious.
will be down there like, you can't. I can't like nobody. I can't respect nobody I don't like. He's gonna say, I don't think the things go together.
It's hard to take Trump serious, but it looked like he's serious right now. On some real shit. He's like, I ain't playing no games. Fuck that. He said, we came to an agreement, and as soon as we shook hands, these motherfuckers came and bombed. He said, oh no. He's like, they ain't take me serious. Watch this. He said, just like the immigrants, watch what's going to happen to them. Either lay
I
down.
about to shit
I
out.
mean, huh?
Now, when Trump say something, I take that shit serious because almost everything he said. I mean, when he say he's going, when he it's, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't want to say it's a tone, but it's how he. I can tell when he just talking shit. When he be like, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. But when he say, I'm gonna do this shit, his tone changed. Like some shit, like when it was a report, somebody said, they drones. No, they put a hit on him. They put a hit on his head, like, and he was like one button to take all that away. Y'all better leave that man alone. Like,
They keep
people
forgetting
think
that
that,
nigga right next to that button.
yeah, but see, people they got a misconception. Like when presidents be talking about one button, they thinking about nuclear shit. Nah, he talking about that button you can push for them drones straight. Man, you better leave that man alone. Yeah, carpet bomb your shit.
Yeah, how many people have
And,
people ain't
and yo,
mature?
hey, that man will leave cities looking like oases. Y'all better leave that man alone.
Dude. Yeah, people just need to mature, yo, on some real shit. It's like right now they're blaming him because of everything that's happening between the Latinos and the blacks. I was like, what's crazy is, right, we're only seeing this on
What
social media because this shit is not happening everywhere. I've been doing the reviews and reactions to this shit. I'm like, this is in certain places. And I think you were the one that brought it to social media. You said, I'm not sure if it was you or somebody else, but I think it was you. You said that in certain places you see certain things while in others, like, I think you said it, like, for example, in my community, something could be happening while in another community it's not happening. While in that community something's happening, but over here it's not. That's what I got out of it. But I'm not sure if it was you who broke that shit down or somebody else. But I'm most likely guessing you. Because this shit is crazy how they trying to divide. It's like you really can see that they're trying to divide and conquer. Where it go? Chat, where y'all at? I think Word went to the Matrix. He muted himself. Yeah, he left me up here on the panel all alone. I do got internet. Yeah, I got my internet. So what we talking about? Y'all scared to come up on panel? Why y'all so scared of Word? How many in the chat? I mean, how many watching? I don't know how many in the chat. Let's see. Oh, there's only 2 in the chat. Chat, where y'all at? Where you go, Word? This ain't no takeover, even though we co-streaming. Is we still live? All right, well, I can't share the screen. So what we talking about? There's so many topics out here to talk about. I know Word don't get into everything. Have
My
y'all
bad.
heard?
I had to
Oh
run
shit!
check on my daughter real quick.
I was about to get into the AIs with everybody. I was like, have y'all heard about the fake AI influencers that are surfacing? I was just watching a few YouTubers talking about that.
I'm gonna put my phone up. I'm gonna put my phone somewhere. But what you were saying, like when it comes to like groups of people, and they talk about the blacks and the Latinos going at, man, you gonna find groups where the Latinos going at the blacks going at the Latinos. Then you gonna find groups where they loving each other, man. That's just human nature. Hey, Latinos be going at each other, blacks go at each other. So why you don't expect these other races to bang heads every once in a while? But they try to personify shit like it's happening everywhere, or all Latinos hate all blacks, or all blacks hate Latinos. Like that ain't even the case, man.
Mhm.
It's gonna be hate, bro. That
I
shit
was just
exists.
I was just hearing somebody on the podcast break something down. He was like, he understands the situation, right? He's like, I come from a black community, right? But it's crazy how, right, we're focusing on if the white man hates us and this and that, but we can't, and it's true, and I've talked about this 1,000 times, right? How do we figure out how to you know, dial down the racisms amongst ourselves. We can't even figure out how to stop killing our own kin, but we worrying about the white man. They're not the only ones with hate in their heart. And I don't say
You
it,
got
out of how can I
like
say ill intent? I'm saying it because it's what I see.
look, I done told y'all before, man. Whatever's inside people is gonna come out. And if you just understand that aspect, you'll figure it out. Just stop putting yourself around people who got hate in their heart, bro. If they got hate in their heart, that shit can be projected onto anyone.
Hmm.
It's projected on their damn self. Motherfuckers be hating themselves. So how the fuck can they love somebody else? But I mean, you just gotta put yourself around people who don't do that shit. It ain't gonna never
But
stop, bro. That
do you
shit ain't
think
gonna never stop.
the majority of this stems from people dwelling in the past and staying stuck on it, trying to figure out the past instead of focusing right now in the present?
That's one variable. I mean, to me, like it's easy to look at something that already happened and be mad at it. It's easy to do it.
Facts.
Especially, I mean, when you weren't even involved in shit. That's easy, you know. Um, but it is many variables why that should occur. A lot of time, like I said, most of the time, a lot of it comes from self hate. Because like I think of it like this: how can you look at somebody from another race and hate them and don't even know 'em? Like I used to try to understand that, and I never did until I was around a person who hated everybody, and I realized like they hate themselves. So that they only choice is to hate other people. You hate somebody because they skin color. Like you don't even know this person, bro. This person can change your fucking life. You never know.
Yeah.
But you
And
just hate them because it's not because of what they did, not because of what they said, but just because who they are, how they look.
it's a fact.
You just hate that person because of how they. That's just hate within a person. I can't even wake up thinking about hating people, man. 'Cause
It's
I love myself too much.
it's like
I love my kids. I love life, man. So I don't wake up with hate on my heart at all. That shit got to be put in me.
that's some real shit right there. And like the bull was breaking down. He was like, right, and then I noticed something that is no different between the black community and the Puerto Rican community, right? If you do something right, you get your little card taken away. At the end of the day, you can keep the card. I got my soul. I know who the fuck I am. Just because I don't do this the way that y'all are supposed to be doing it, right? And I say y'all because I'm like, damn. At the end of the day, then I'm the ugly duckling. I don't fit in traditionally, family wise, because the way I perceive things, the way I view things are completely different. And I feel as though that underneath our skins, we all bleed red. I don't see color. I'm blind. That's some real shit. Like I get it and I understand where they're coming from. There's a lot of, Latinos that hate blacks, right? I get that. But I didn't grow up seeing that. I didn't grow up like that. So it's like y'all bringing this up now, right? For what and why? If for a while we've been getting along just fine. It's like me personally, I'm not used to getting hit left and right. Like, oh, you can't be in this conversation because you're not black or you're not Puerto Rican. I'm sitting here, I was like, how the fuck do you know what the fuck I am without knowing me? What the fuck? You just see my avatar. That's what I'm saying here. Like everybody keep forgetting that. How about my kids? How about us? We mixed breeds. We mutts. And it's like we don't have and it doesn't bother me. I'm just sitting here like, wait, why am I getting hit? I don't have a fucking, how can I say, bone in this fight. Like I'm not fighting against y'all. I'm with you. So it's like, why the division? I'm tired of this race. For me, it's just I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it left and right. It's like no matter which way we go, this shit pops up in every conversation. Like we could be having a conversation about making, a fucking cake for somebody's birthday, and out of nowhere it turns into a racist thing. I'm sitting here like, how did we get to this?
I will say this though. I feel racial is important. Like I do see color because
Huh?
with that color comes experience. So like when I see black people, I understand, the historical strife they've been through, or even Latinos. I know they've been through some shit. And for me not to see that or not to recognize that, for me, just for me personally, is it kind of takes away from their own personal experience because we all different and
Yeah.
culture does matter. It does
Facts.
matter. And that can be a beautiful thing though, because I can learn something new from somebody else. That's why I see color. That color to me is important because there's a lot of things, the diverse, it can't, if it wasn't color, it would be no diversity. And maybe my group of people didn't learn something and another group of people did. And if I ignore that, then I won't have the opportunity to learn something that maybe I would never have just being in my group be able to learn. I've learned that just traveling, not to like different states, but
Facts.
different being around different cultures, man. It opened my eye to life in general. So I mean, I understand when people say I don't see color, meaning they don't judge people predicated upon the color. And it's
Yeah.
not that I judge people, but I just know with that color comes something, like far as culture or just personal experience. Like even King Blackout, like I think about him. When people say white privilege, like this man struggles. Shout out the Northwest too. That man living in a tent right now. Where's his white privilege at? Like,
And that's what confuses
so
me. So it's like I tell people, right? In my community, I've seen white people struggle. I've seen white people in the welfare system, right? And it was
yeah.
crazy is right. They always say that in the hood is always the black families or the Latinos is always on welfare. Would y'all believe me if I was to tell you that I've seen more white people on welfare than what I've seen us Latinos and blacks on welfare?
Man,
But
I've seen more ghetto white people than I see. I'm just being honest. Me growing up, I grew around a bunch of hillbillies, man.
he said,
That's about as ghetto as you go get is fucking with hillbillies. Like I seen motherfuckers go outside, get a snake, skin that motherfucker, and eat it. Like what the fuck?
oh, I know what you're talking about, but I just didn't think that was a hillbilly thing. Because Mexicans do
I'm
it
just
too.
saying, like shit,
You see
everything
where I'm
cool to
coming
them,
from?
bro.
I was like,
That
you
shit
see
meat, that
Mexicans
shit
do it,
food.
Asians do it. So it's kind of like, wait. I didn't think it was a hillbilly thing, you see?
No, I'm just saying, like I was exposed. Shit, I be saying I'm a black hillbilly. I grew up around it. That's how I grew up, swinging from vines and shit, playing in creeks, and I grew up like hillbillies. I grew up in the backwoods of Pennsylvania, man.
He said I grew up because I can't say the whole thing.
Backwoods.
All right, guys. Don't judge a shorty, right? Yeah, I mean, you know what's crazy? The more and more I think about it, I feel as though like
My mom
even
them just got my mom them down there now.
huh?
They went back home. My cousin, I think they back in Pennsylvania, and I was my parents just went down there. My mom just texted me and said they just got down there not too long ago. But I think
Ooh,
my cousin having either football camp or his he have an annual fundraiser where they raise money and give out scholarships. Kids can go to college.
ooh.
So I don't know if it's the camp or the fundraiser right now, but yeah, my mom them back home. We were supposed to go down there, but my wife, they gave her, they were supposed to give her Thursday, Friday off and be off the weekend, but something happened and they gave her Tuesday, Wednesday off, so she had to go to work.
Nate, baby,
Note in the building.
Mexico,
Get the greeters in the building. What it do with the businesses, fam? Appreciate you. Big Tech Show, what up, though?
I
Ain't
always say
nobody
his
in the
name
back.
wrong.
All right. Yeah, if y'all pop up, man, do me a favor. Put it in the chat or in the back chat. Rachel tell me y'all up.
What?
I'm just stepping outside for a second.
Put what in the back chat?
No, I said somebody come up in the back.
Oh, okay,
Just
okay.
let you know.
Oh. Bill,
Man,
did you hear about the AI influencers that are they're bringing awareness to?
you was telling me about that the other day, but I've been seeing
No, I just saw that. I didn't know that
Well,
they had
somebody was
AI
on.
influencers. I was talking
Somebody
about
was
deep fakes. There's a difference between a deep fake and the AI influencers. Like that
no.
shit is
Somebody.
like so good. Like,
I think was the commander. Somebody came on the panel the other day and was talking about the AI influence, the AI content creators. They didn't say influencers.
yeah,
They
this shit
said
was
the AI
crazy.
content creators.
I was looking at a video earlier. I was like,
I
damn, these
just think
motherfuckers look
I'm
real.
I'm I'm telling you, people just now getting hit to that. They've been doing that since they had text to speech. I'm telling you, people because I know it's one YouTuber. Um, like I'm familiar with. I don't know him, but I know this one dude. That's what he do. He said he do it. He was like, I'm doing upload. Because I know in CapCut you can just do text to speech and you can get a whole different voice speaking it, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
I know
he
about
been
that.
doing for the last 2 years.
I know about that one. But there's a whole complete thing. Like they could sit here, they could steal your profile, and it's crazy because we've been teaching them. Like I was already talking about this, right? It's just crazy how it went from the pictures and the tools to moving on a blank canvas online, right? To it like these motherfuckers look like they're actually outside talking like me and you. You see where I'm coming from? That is the crazy part. And the crazy part about it, it could be your picture, my picture. I was looking deep into this. I was like, okay, so this is
Hey,
kind of like the deep fake, but they've gotten better
but,
with it.
but see, this is what I'm saying. I don't like even all. I haven't seen one. I can't tell you AI yet, and I can barely see. I don't see how people be getting fooled by that because there's a couple content
Yeah,
creators in the KB sector. Man, I ain't saying no names, but
I'm
they can take people pictures and make them saying some crazy shit, and you can tell it's AI. But they had take somebody's shit and have them saying some crazy shit like, "Damn, this person said that." You look like, "Nah, that's AI, bro." Like that shit is crazy.
But what's getting me confused, right? The way the bull was breaking that shit down, right? And I don't know if he just picked them certain videos, but he had a lot of them. It's like it's targeting just the black community. All these AIs are nothing but black women and black men. That's why I was like, yo, I didn't even peep that until he said some shit. And then I'm looking at it like you just said, when you could look at the pictures, look at the mouth, the teeth, the hands, the
I ain't go
tattoos. You could tell like it's not a real person. So it's kind of like, how is it that people falling for this shit?
people. People false, man. Look, this is look. I ain't even say. So look,
He said,
it's
I'm tired of
time.
people. Word an alien.
No, but like it's times where people make fake profiles and go in the chat and start some shit. And people tried to do that to me before, and I look like people don't. They just run with shit, right? People go strictly off emotion. You say something to people, they feel disrespected, they go feel some type of way, then they go cut up. Instead of checking, instead of okay, click on the page. You see, I'm gonna use myself for example. A word come to your text talking crap. Okay, the word that said something about me, but before you go crazy, why don't you go check the profile and see if that's really word? You know, y'all know how
Yeah.
long I've been on here. People don't even do that. They just see the avatar and the name, like, oh, well, you did this. Like, hold on, bro, I ain't did that. Well, you look, I got a screenshot. Did you check that profile? No. Okay, so what we talking for?
That's a fact.
People I mean, most people, I ain't gonna say all people, but there's a lot of people, man, they fume and they run off emotion, bro. There's no thinking, no critical. I'm not even gonna say logical thinking. There's
But
no
we gotta
critical
pay attention to this shit too, because it's like the other day I was wondering, I was watching somebody, right, and they was talking, they was going in, and I came in a little bit late, and everybody was like, "Yo, in the live," and I was wondering why they were saying in the live. So I rewinded back a little bit, and I'm watching, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I'm trying to, fast forward a little bit. I was like, "This shit is going on for a minute, right?" And he's up there roasting. I'm saying, I was like, yo, how the fuck you didn't notice that he was porn bombed this whole time? I was like, this wasn't no 10-second shit. Like they got him by using somebody that is subbed up to him, right? That they're cool with, their profile, their avatar and shit like that. But I'm sitting here, I was like, you didn't notice that the motherfucker's profile picture changed and it was a porno clip playing. I'm sitting here, I was like, we gotta really pay attention. Like, we going in, we like roasting and cooking and doing this shit. We're not paying attention to what the hell is being done. I'm like, now I get why Word be putting up them little overlays now. That
Because
shit was wild.
even the way they do that shit, right? Like that's why, like I tell them, like show yourself. And you got to be careful because people, what they do is show you like a video of a person or a picture, and it'd be like I'd be like throw two fingers up, and you just see the video looping. And I'm looking like, man, y'all spend all this time doing this unscrupulous shit. If you apply that same amount of time and effort into doing something to develop yourself, make you a better person, you'd be all right. You'd be all right. You know, but y'all use all that time and effort for unscrupulousness. Just being,
Yo, these people be like,
that's,
I wanted when I saw that shit, like I wanted to go up there. I was like, yo, I fucks with you, but you gotta pay attention. Like this beef on YouTube and all this shit, I get it and all that, but it's like you were so caught up in cooking the person that you didn't even realize what happened to you. Like it took her like that you was getting spammed in the live, in the live, in the live. I was like, oh shit, like we get caught up on some the dumbest shit, and I say it like I know I fuck with a lot of people, but some people on this joint, it's like I just wish they really focus on what their goal is and not let their bullshit like. I feel like the MK orchestra sometimes really do exist. Like they just hit us with it.
right now. I just think people fucking, people
Wait,
just get fucking lazy, bro. Like it's easier. I don't know. I mean, sometimes to make it make sense, we gotta blame shit like MK Ultra. To be honest with you, that shit is geared and engineered for a specific reason. Ain't no regular common ass people getting affected by no MK Ultras. They use that shit for specific purposes, and it ain't just to come out and do kind of in society. No, they use that shit to get shit done. I know, but anyway, not even that. But most people, it'll make you feel better if they was actually being controlled by some shit. No, that's just they
no,
stupid
I
ass.
was just joking.
They
I
just
had to throw a
fucked up.
little roast in there. Chill, chill. I gotta make it
Yeah.
funny. Listen, you gotta make it funny because I'm not gonna sit here and cry. I just listen. If I was to tell you that sometimes I feel that some of these people are just making plays on some real shit and none of this shit is real. I'm not saying that the person behind the screen is not real. I'm saying the shit that they do, I mean, not real. The shit that they doing seems like a play. That's what I'm saying. So you gotta make a joke out of certain shit sometimes. Like, especially if you don't
Well,
understand what the hell you be seeing or watching. Like what the fuck? I was like, nah, it can't be like this. Like, is we getting like, is we really getting the emotion? Our emotions get the best of us on social media.
hey,
That we
where can I see this comment? I can. Oh, that's over on your channel. That's what
on my
I had
channel.
a chick. Yeah, I had a chick pull the rubber off secretly, but joke was on her when I pulled out. Hey,
Wait,
man, I had chicks try to
I
bust
was off. I
pinholes
guess you
in it.
gotta be a man. I'm dead.
Man, man, I had chicks put pinholes in it, and yeah, I had two chicks try to put babies on me. I had two chicks try to do that. One of them is like, hold on, bro. Man, your son is a lot younger. Like we did something 5 years ago. Your son 3 years old. Timeline don't add up. Then I came to find out it was my homeboy. It was my
Uh,
homeboy kid because I'm looking at the kid like, oh no, man, that baby don't look nothing like me. He got a big head, like, and I was just joking. I was like, you got a big head like such such. Come to find out, it was his kid. Like, damn,
and she was trying to put it on you.
tried
Why
to put it on
did you do
me.
that shit?
I didn't even. And I felt bad because at the time I like, look, man, we used to have these hotel parties, and I had a home girl. She was like, I'm gonna bring some of my. She was messing with one of my boys, but me and her was cool. We grew up together. But she was talking to one of my boys, and she was like, I'm gonna bring some chicks. And one of the chicks she brought through, I smashed. I didn't know her. Right? She was like a year younger than me, so I didn't know her. So 5 years later, she bring a 3-year-old around and she like, this your kid. And I'm like, how old is the kid? She said 3. And I'm like, man, that shit was 5 years ago, bro. And I was just fucking around like it looked like such and such kid, right? I bullshit you not. It was like maybe a month later. He brought the kid into the ER, and I just so happened to go downstairs because they had called a code. So anesthesia team went downstairs, and I see her and the dude in the ER with the baby, and I'm
Oh,
dapping them up, and
man.
I looked at her. She put her head down, and I'm like, "Oh shit, what up, dog?" I'm talking to. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know y'all was together." And I'm like, "This your kid?" She's like, "Yeah, man, it's my son." And I'm looking like, "Oh, for real?" Like, yeah, I ain't even say nothing to him. Then I ended up saying something to him. It was a couple, like 1 or 2 after that. I seen him again, but she didn't say nothing right there. But she didn't even want to look up at me. I was like, you little nasty, dirty mother. Seen motherfucker work in the hospital and thought I was a goofy or something.
I can't. Yo. I wonder why a lot of females do that shit. Like, if some men don't know how to do math, I can't. I'm done. Like, I be hearing a lot of shit, yo, and seeing a lot of shit.
And the other chick that tried to put a baby on me wasn't even fucking pregnant.
What the fuck?
Man, I was going through some shit and I wasn't paying attention. It took me like a whole month to realize, like, hold on, bro, we ain't even do it without a condom. Like, go take this test. I ain't even asked for a whole month. I'm getting ready when you got a place and everything. Cause shit, she already had a kid, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna need at least 2 bedrooms. I went and found a 3 bedroom, and I was literally about to sign the lease. And then I'm like, hold on, man, go have. Cause my mom was like, well, how far along is she? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. She was like, my mom was like, did she take a test? And I'm like, nope. She's like, how you know she pregnant? I'm like, because she told me. She was like, boy, you better go get that. And I'm like, oh shit. And then, man, that shit, I was looking like, and I still dealt with her after that. She was like, well, I thought I was pregnant because I missed my period. And I'm like, hmm. People play dirty games, man. I was about to propose to her and everything. Rudy, what up, though, Rudy? Bonjour. I'm gonna show you one day. Right now, you can tell, but now they're introducing ones where you can't tell. Yeah, I ain't seen one. I couldn't tell you. I ain't seen one of those. I couldn't tell you. It's just the movement. Like I don't think it's gonna be a minute before they can get the actual movement um down pat. It's gonna be a minute before they can get the actual movement down pat. That's how I always feel is just about it. Because the way AI works is in uh uh the way the movement is captured is still in damn, what do we call that in
And
not the pixels
that shit look
is
like when you that shit look like, you know, them things you be putting in the background when people be them back screens, them green screens. That's what it looks like. Some people's cameras
yeah.
don't be good, and you could tell it be glitching.
And what
Yeah,
is that shit called? I was just like 2 months ago, I was watching a video on how AI mimics like
I
uh human motion, and they were saying how they had to capture it, like how they
that's
project it is they got to capture it in clips, like the
you know what's
movement.
crazy.
Like you remember, like you watching them, like when they be making the movies and they put all them sensors on people and it captures the movement, like for
Yeah,
video games and shit. Well, they don't have to do that shit no more. Now they can do it electronically. That's how they make all these AI movies and stuff.
yeah.
Like when the CGI shit, like we like the
That's what it's
common
called.
folks. Yeah, like
CGI. There
common
you go.
people, yeah, common folks like us are now have access to CGI technology. That's really what it is. All that shit is like CGI.
El chingón.
What is it? Computer
Welcome, welcome.
integrated graphics or computer graphics integrated, some shit like that. I forget what CGI meant.
El chingón was is paying attention to your joke. He said, "Imagine if he raised a kid that ain't his. That girl eat tricks with the rabbit." Anyways, y'all seem serious.
Man, I know a dude. He fucking lost it. He in jail right now for attempted because when he found out that 10-year-old wasn't his, he tried to take out everybody who knew it wasn't his. He tried. I mean, he nutted the fuck up because that was his only kid. And the fucked up thing is they broke up. He had another kid, came back to him. So not only is he taking care of a kid who he thought was his, he was taking care of somebody else's kid too. Come to find out, like the kid, and the reason he got back with her is because the oldest kid. But when he found out neither one of them, oh, he nutted the fuck up. He made the news. He tried to take the mama out, the sister out. He tried to take the baby daddy of one of the kids out. I was like, God damn, like, he lost it. I don't know that should have probably fucked my head up too. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Yeah, I'm talking about you working two jobs, trying to, you know what I'm saying? And you spend all this time with this kid. Like he was a good dad too, man. He just nutted the fuck up. He lost it, but it only take a minute. Everything he worked for, he threw that shit away.
Yeah,
And you know what? Here in Michigan, like working at a plant, like one of the big three plants, and he worked up his way to. He was like in management level. He was probably would have made some type of executive position. He was good. Start going to school and everything. Man, he found out that kid wasn't his. He nutted up. He ain't popped nobody, but he's hitting everybody in the house with bats and shit. Tried to take him out, like with a bat. Like he found out, and the shit was so fucked up because the kid needed a blood transfusion, and that's how he found out. Like if the kid never got sick, he would have never found out it wasn't his. But when they said he wasn't a match, he said something told me to get a DNA test.
that is fucked up. I don't know what's up with a lot of these women and these men, man. That's why we need to start watching and being careful who we lay down with for real, for real. Like, have you
Yeah,
ever
man.
seen somebody so in love to the point where even though, they had a kid with somebody, that shit, and I feel as though that it wasn't love. And that kid, he just thought that was going to make them, nah. Like, this person turned to drugs. Like, I'm sitting here, I was like, I didn't know that love can go that far, but is it really love if you sit here and you turn to drugs? Is my question.
Oh, say that last part one more time. Is it
I
love
said,
is what?
is it really love when it turns, when you have to turn to drugs? Because it's like, I'm sitting here, I was like, I can't understand how, when people tell you how certain people is, and even when you see certain people show you their true colors, how can you still persist and chase? I feel as though at this point is an obsession, and that's
It
why,
ain't love. It's ignorance, man.
yeah, because I'm sitting here like I can't believe that, because everybody kept saying it like, damn, this person was working, this person was doing what they had to do. Right, he wanted to get this chick pregnant, but everybody's like, "Yo, she for the streets.
It's,
Don't do it. Don't do it." He knocked
it's,
her up, and when he knocked her up, that's when his luck started going the fuck down. Then what's
it,
crazy is, right, like I tell people, we also worried about them. What worries me the most is the son, because the son now is a teenager, and the son is following daddy's footsteps little by little, while nobody knowing it, chasing girls the same way daddy used to, right? Like I'm sitting here, he's starting without. At least daddy used to make a buck before he, did what he did. Son is starting off on the wrong foot because mommy and daddy not there. Like the mom don't care about this son. Like she be dropping him off at the grandmom's house. This little boy be from house to house. You see where I'm coming from? Staying in places. Don't want to go to school. He want to get high every day and always trying to be up in somebody's crib. In somebody's. Let me put it like this: in someone's daughter's crib. see where I'm coming from?
Man, check this out. When my first marriage was falling apart, my wife was like, "Let's have a kid. A kid will bring us closer together." I'm like, "No, the fuck it won't. That shit go get me locked in. I'm straight. I'm good. This shit, we gotta fix this shit before we had kids." So that's why I never had kids with my first wife because it started off fucked up. I mean, everything was just fucked up from. I was in a fuck. I'm blaming that shit on myself because if I was in my right state of mind, I wouldn't have dealt with her in the first place. So I don't even blame her for that relationship. That shit fell on me, bro. I wasn't right in the mind.
I just feel
So
like
anyway,
sometimes
but
people just need on some real shit, and some
this
people don't take it.
this is what it. If you pay attention, this is what it be, right? It don't be the fact that people be in love with people. They be in love with the idea of being with someone, and then they
Mm,
settle with the person. They don't be in love with that person. They be in love with the idea of being in a relationship or being in a marriage. That's what they in love with. They
that's
ain't in
why.
love with the actual person, bro. They in love with the idea of being with someone, being
That's
a
why.
wife, being a husband. But they don't love that person, man.
That's why it look like an obsession, huh? Because it really do be looking like obsessions. Like it be getting me confused and shit when I see relationships like that. Yo, like I'm so confused. Like wait. It would have been just so easier to walk away, especially when you seen the red flags they were warning you about. But it's a shame. It's messed up because
But
people
they
don't
they
realize.
ignore them. I wouldn't even chalk it up to an obsession though, because I mean, I'm not to the person that's being done bad. I wouldn't chalk it up to the obsession. People don't be wanting to like they be like, oh, I invested so much time in this person. They in love with the idea of being with somebody, and what
Yeah,
they think. I don't want to be alone. I don't. That's why they stick with this motherfucker. They in love with the ideology of being with someone, but they settle for the wrong people. That's what it
yeah.
be. Cause I had to look at myself. That I learned that in retrospect, looking at myself. Like, man, I wasn't in love with none of these girls, man. I was in love with the fact of being with somebody, but
And
I
then
was just with the wrong person.
and then
So
I
when
know
it came down to it, it's like I ain't love them hoes.
he said I ain't love them both. I'm
That's
dead.
what it is. Shit.
And some people fall in love with what a person can do in between them sheets on some real shit. Because I've noticed that a lot too. I'm sitting here like, do you love the person or you just love the sex?
You
You see
love the
where I'm
benefits that
coming from?
come with. Is it the
Like
person or what the benefits? That can be physical, mental, emotional. You know.
there's some kind of like isn't that considered lust though when you want somebody for sex only though?
You
Or
say
is
it's
there another
considered
way to
lust from
perceive
what?
it? I said when you just want somebody for sex.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I thought it was lust. I mean, unless you make it see another way, like you just helped me see it with this other
I
situation, because
mean,
I was seeing it as obsession. I didn't see it the way you saw it, so I was like, oh, that's another way of seeing it.
I
'Cause,
mean
like,
lust is just a deep desire. That's what lust is. It's like you deeply desire stuff, and a lot of times, that emotion overrides all logical or critical thinking. That's one of them emotions that override shit. It's not even like they say there's a thin line between love and hate. No, there's a thin line between lust and hate.
oh,
It's not love and hate. It's lust and hate. When you truly know what love is, it's not easy. Like even like man, it's so many people that hurt me that I love, and I feel some type of way, but that I have to let it go because I also love them too. That's how I know it ain't a thin line, because or when they say like conditional, under these conditions I can love you, but outside of those conditions, then it's gonna be some other feelings, but that love ain't gonna never go nowhere, man. Like I love my sisters and brothers, man. Even though they ain't right and did me wrong, I still got mad love for them. I just can't fuck with them. But I can't. In the moment, I hated them for what they did. I didn't even hate them. I hated what they did. But I still didn't hate them because every time I think about it, like man, I used to change this little dude. My brother put a gun at me and pulled the trigger, man. If it was a clip in there, I would have been gone.
Oh wow,
But
that's
every time I think about that, you know what I think about? I think about me holding him, changing his diaper. You know what I'm saying? Him running around me, pulling on me. You know how he used to look at me. Man, my little brother used to look at me like I was God or something. Man. I still remember that. I just hate what the fuck he did, but I don't hate him, man. I can't fuck with him no more because I know what he's capable of now. So I
that's
won't fuck with him no more. But I don't hate him, man. Even like my ex-wife, I don't hate her. I just hate the way what she did, man. Like we could have been doing some big shit, but everything happened for a reason. And if she didn't do what she did, I wouldn't have learned those lessons, and I wouldn't have been right for my wife. So that's why I say I can't even hate her. Like even the bad shit led to something good. So I can't hate you for that. Thank you for teaching me that lesson. Because
right.
without it, I wouldn't be the man I am now.
I feel as though you can learn from your past, and a lot of people don't know that. And I just wish people could figure it out. But I guess I can't save the world, so I just focus on what I can do, and it's help those that want it.
Help some, but you can't help all. I keep leaving.
Commander about to hate me. Commander and Chingong out here trying to hunt some gobble gobble, huh?
Hold on, what happened?
Yeah, you gotta read the chat. I can't, Commander, don't hate me, all right?
Rachie be roasting. You talking about that?
No, look, all right. It says, where am I gonna start off at? And Hachingong, I knew that bring you out the bushes, laugh out loud, wild turkey. I am. Commander says, I am an alpha turkey. Get it right, bro. Right? Then she said, but I am also kind of wild. Yeah, yeah, you're right. And Chingong, no offense, but I'm Cherokee. Turkey is easy to hunt. Commander runs. Chingong says turkey. So I said,
Oh, that
Commander,
must
don't
be in
hate
your chat. I'm outside. I can't even see that shit.
Oh
Mhm.
shit. Because
I
I'm a
see it when
weird
I go back in.
Commander, don't hate me, yo. And Chingong out here trying to hunt some gobble gobble because that's what her name is. Alpha turkey. Well, yo, only word would make somebody look up some shit. I was so mad at him that day. I was like, really word, really though, really. This is what her name is. Gobble gobble. That's how it goes. Where word go?
Oh, I'm right here now. I was reading in your chat now. Like y'all wild, y'all tripping over there. Damn, man.
Yeah,
But you see Charleston White knocked out the Island Boy? But that shit
I
gotta
was
be
cracking the
embarrassing as
fuck
hell,
up.
man. That shit gotta be embarrassing as hell. You get knocked out by an old ass man. No way in hell, bro. I'm about to
Some
let that
little
shit go
island
down.
boys are mama's boys, man. Charleston White, he from the hood. Like whether he
Man,
is at your
yeah,
work,
one they kissing each other or something like that.
them kids are freaking mama's boys. Like they get their nails done and everything. Like them niggas kissed each other just to get some clout. That right there.
That's what I'm saying.
When I
Like when you start doing shit like that, bro, I'm straight, bro. I can't even fuck with nobody. I don't take nobody serious. Like when I see people doing shit for clout, man, I don't take you serious. You
nah,
just
when I
clown to
saw
me.
that, I was like, this can't be real. I'm like, no. It's already bad enough that our kids are confused, especially our kids with special needs,
Mhm.
right? And there's no offense towards anybody, within the community, right? Because there's a lot of good people within the community. It's just that the stuff that they're putting on social media is out of pocket. Enough is enough. Like this shit is
Man,
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Mental illness is a real thing, and with this whole social media era, mental illness has been celebrated in a negative way, in my opinion. Because like people know a lot of these people on here doing this straight, like man, these people ain't normal. Like these people crazy as hell, and then y'all
Hmm.
celebrating just by giving them attention. Then they go crazy and crazy and crazy. Like even like I like you like growing up in the hood, you see some older people. They like that. They call it having fun. They cut loose or whatever. That's one thing. But then like on this social media, man, yeah, some of these older people, I'm looking like, bro, y'all competing with these young women. It's like my mama like dancing, right? She do that little uh that fan dance. What them fan man, she went and bought a fan and everything. Just to like look, my pettiness is in my genetics, okay? My mama petty as hell. My dad hate that. Where the fans at? He went and bought a couple of them fans, bro, just to fuck with my the pettiness is in my genes, bro. But like she do shit like that to have fun. You'll never see my mama on the internet trying to compete with no young women or nothing like that. When she present herself, we used to always be like, "Damn, mama!" Like when she be talking at work, like, "Who the hell is this? This mom? You sound white as hell." You know, when you're younger, you think like that, like, "Oh, you
And
sound white." But she was just her vernacular thing. They call it code switching now. You know, they try to make it seem like a bad thing. What it really is just people adapting to the circumstance. People adapt. People who have high intelligence know when to turn things on and turn things off. So if you're in a professional setting, why would you want to be hood and ghetto? That's not what is for. You're in
I'm
a
sure.
professional setting. When I go in professional set, I've never walked in a boardroom being ghetto and shit. You
For
know,
real.
you code switching, like, bro. That's because that's why you where you at, because you don't know how to do it, motherfucker. Nah, that's why
I,
your ass stuck. Because you can't work with different groups of people. That shit is okay in different environments or circumstances. It's fine, but when you in other, you have to uh, adapt to the decorum. You know, you have to know how to do that, and if you don't, you go suffer. You go. That's lack of adaptability. All intelligent people. It look, even animals do the shit.
he said,
Sometimes no, I'm dead shit. Now watch this shit. Look, like nature will teach you some shit, right?
he's
You'll
like,
see
well, our
animals
papa here
when
talking about
when
related
they
to
come
monkeys.
when animals are comfortable, they be playful and all that shit. When something come around and they ain't sure of it, what they do? They tense up, they get defensive, they twitching. They
Facts.
adapting to the situation. That's all they doing. We don't know how to do that.
That's some real shit.
Sometimes you see animals aggressive as hell. Like, damn, this is because they know they can fuck this up. But then you see them docile as the motherfucker. Why? Because they know what the situation calls for. Okay, if I be docile, I can get out of this shit. Well, I gotta be aggressive to get out of this shit. Animals know how to do that shit. Animals cold switch all the goddamn time. I done been around animals like until they get to know me. Once they get to know me, then they loosen up. They be all playful and shit. Even wild ass animals do that. I
Okay.
got a squirrel to come up to my door. I be feeding the squirrels and shit. Now I got like 4 or 5 of them coming up. They be in the
Nate,
bag, and my dog don't even fuck with it. My dog don't fuck with those squirrels. But
Nate,
any other squirrel come around, he'll fuck them up.
Nate, bring Word back. What have you done to Word? He went and turned into Word Doolittle now. And we thought you was the only one out here dealing with safaris and zoos and shit like that. Now we got
Nah,
Word
see,
over here. He's been talking to deers, bunnies, squirrels, and
no,
I don't
see,
know,
the animals
cats.
like me, man. The
See?
animals be trying to fuck Nate up. They like me.
Word Doolittle over here.
They be holding Nate for ransom and shit.
I can't. Oh, this shit be funny as hell. Shit. At least you don't get. Listen, man. I'll be scared to walk outside at night sometimes. Like over here. I think Philly and New York be in competition with the rats because first it started with New York. See, Nate, it's you. Then you sent your little fucking Master Splinter friends over here. Now we over here at war with these motherfuckers. Then you see the big rats fighting the little rats. I'm sitting here like, oh my god, that shit look like a cat. And I'm like, look at that little fucking poor rat, just lost a leg. Then you see the other one over there trying to climb up the steps, trying to get into people's porch. Like, motherfucker, we don't speak rat language. Get out of here. Takashi over there in Puerto Rico and Santo Domingo. Like, these rats out here, man. Let's not forget that over there in New York, they got freaking rats breeding with, no, it's squirrels and raccoons breeding with each other. They got a fucking squirrel coon in New York somehow, some way. Like, I'm sitting here like, yo, this shit is crazy.
What the fuck?
Yes. Some fool came on fucking social media. I'm not sure if I saw this shit on Facebook or where the hell I saw it at. Both from New York. He recording a goddamn fucking raccoon that I mean, no, it was a squirrel. No, it was a raccoon, yeah, with a fucking squirrel's tail. I'm sitting here like it was like a half raccoon, half squirrel type thing. And I'm sitting here like they fucking experimenting on the animals. They're out there, they putting these animals in the lab. They collecting DNA from them. Boom, abracadabra. Now we got spliced DNA animals thrown into the fucking fields with us. Next thing you know, we're gonna see a snake man, a gorilla man, Sandman.
Okay, hold on. Check this out. Nate must look. I didn't make part 3, okay, because I was being nice. You talk about stop talking shit if I make you a drunk. Nate must have forgot.
They gonna make me a drop.
You must have forgot what I did last.
Hey, what's going on, my guy? I'm glad you popped up in here. I told your ass I had a drop for your ass too. Don't
He will never learn.
You work for me now, Gabe.
I'm the puppet master. You listen to me.
Poor little tank, ain't that a bitch?
Poor little tank. You gonna make Nick come up here, yo.
Man, you look, check this out.
Oh shit!
He didn't forgot. He must have forgot. Now I done had you dancing in Egypt. I told you I got you dancing with SpongeBob. I just didn't play it, okay?
He said SpongeBob.
I got you dancing under the sea with SpongeBob, bro. Come on now.
Oh, I can't.
755. You better tell Nate don't want none of the smoke. He don't want none of the smoke with these drops. Okay, this was the first one, so I got to remind him. Right?
You said don't go in the lab. You can't go in the lab, son. You can't do that. Cause guess what? I think I got somebody that's gonna steal the lab.
Don't agree? You know what? I guess y'all must have forgot.
It's with the utmost pride and sincerity that I present this recording as a living testament and recollection of history in the making during our generation.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
I'm the word. I'm the one who put in the work.
Yeah, I used to voice props to the boy Sean. He made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. He made it a hot line, I made it a hot song.
Who created that?
But wait, there's more.
Bastards doubt me, I'm a hustler. Ask about.
Hell no. No, I'm not touching this.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Iran and Israel. Cease fire. Now the man don't respect my wishes. I'll push this little red button I got right here, which is my mouse.
755. What up, bro?
Yeah, this is Iran and Israel right now.
Man, there ain't no Iran and Israel. This is the United States of America versus Iceland or some shit.
He said Iceland or some. I can't with him, yo. I can't. You gotta love you, Nate, and the word, yo. I'm telling you.
That's my boy. You know, that's why I didn't. Man, the third one. Nah, I felt bad when I made the third one, so I was like, I ain't go. When I didn't even finish it. I started making it like, man, nah, well, my boy. I felt like I was bullying. I'm like, I ain't gonna do it. That's not-
Yeah, Nate out here, he do be training these damn raccoons and these squirrels and all these damn animals out here, yo. I'm telling you. Now he out here bringing the damn rats from New York to Philly. Like, I'm sitting here like, get the fuck out of here. These rats almost my size. I ain't fighting these bitches. I learned Master Splinter could fight back. That nigga bite too. And he be walking around with a little fucking, what you call that shit, spear?
Yeah, another one.
That nigga know karate and kung fu. I'm about to go to Word. I'm like, hey,
Oh
listen.
man. Oh man, I'm about to do it.
I'm like, Word, teach me some jiu-jitsu. Did I say it right?
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta do a set now, so I won't put it nothing. I gotta do a set.
Nate trying to take over the world. He said, fuck that. I swear to God, I'm telling y'all, these rats are trained. So are these possums. You be looking at these possums, I'm like, yo, they some sneaky motherfuckers, yo. Sorry, I got something for these rats. I'm start walking around with a BB gun.
I was about to say you gonna start walking around. I was literally, when you said I got something for, I'm like, what you about to start walking around with a BB gun? I was literally about to say that. I was breathing through this set though. I was just thinking that like I'm about to walk around with a BB gun.
Yup. Mm-hmm. Make sure them pellets are shit. Little red laser right on there so I can aim for the head. Bullseye. I'm very smart. Screw that. If you were smaller like a mice, then okay. But you're fucking rats. No, these rats are almost my size. I'm 4'11". Fuck that. When I peep they have my size, something not right. Nate over there being Dr. fucking
That's on my side.
Yo, Nate know I'm not lying. There are rats almost my size in fucking New York. They're coming over here. Fuck that, yo. Be like fucking Godzilla. They Godzilla. I'm the little Japanese people running on Asian people, whatever the fuck they are. I'm like Ching Chong, Mika
I don't like rodents, but I used to feed mice to my snake. I'm good.
No,
I had a
man.
rat problem. I just let a python run around the house.
These motherfuckers are coming out the sewers. They out here fixing these streets and shit. All I know is that you see these damn things. I'm like, yo, what movie was like that? I think it was kind of like a vampire movie. I forgot what it was.
There's a movie called The Rat King.
There's
You
a
ever
movie
see
called
that?
Rat King. It sounds
Yeah.
familiar, but that's not the one I was talking about. I know that the one I'm talking about is like, I think they're like vampires or something like that. I forgot what the movie was called. But one of the bulls in there, he dealt with rats, and I remember one of the episodes on the rats were coming out the sewer when the epidemic of vampires happened and shit like that. Oh my god, this shit is gonna be like just like that movie, exactly like that movie. Watch one of these days. I'm telling you. If them working on the streets like that are getting these mofos to come out and we can see how big they are, shit, imagine if they fucking shut us down, the grid goes down, and we have to share the streets with them. There's no lights in our houses. We have to start campfires outside.
To the front door. I don't even know how.
I'm gonna be like, oh my god, and I can't even show nobody. Fucking Nate, he out here with damn rats.
Ray just said, Amanda said, just tell him that you're cool with Nate and they'll leave you alone.
He's saying on some of the raccoons and possums.
No karate, but no crazy.
Chill, man. One day you had to meet me halfway down the street. I think it was
It's
on
the
a
Lost
live.
Boys.
The Lost Boys.
Man, I used to watch that movie all the time, The Lost Boys.
That was
That
an
used to
okay
be
movie.
my shit. Man, I gotta work on my tricep. My tricep weak as hell, man. It's just my elbow keep popping on my left arm. I don't like the way that shit feels. And I ain't got no I'm using weights. I ain't got no um if I had a
Who's that gonna lose
and
the
what's the
weight?
name of that machine? Not a Smith machine, but fucking I can't
It
think
is not
right
even
now.
a movie. See, what I was talking about is a show, and it came out in 2014 called The
What?
Strain,
Falling down? What
and
was
that joint was
falling
not
down
good.
about? That sounds familiar.
See, the movie I was talking about is called The Strain. I mean, not the movie, the show. There you go, it's a show.
Yeah,
They
sorry,
killed it
my
with that
phone.
show. They should have kept going with that damn show.
What's up?
The Strain. It was a good ass show. Falling
Falling
Down.
down. Was it a movie or a show?
Falling Down? I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hold on, falling down.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, with the when the dude snapped. Yeah, I remember that shit. When the white business dude snapped and started taking everybody out.
Did you ever watch movies on VHS?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh, VHS rewinder. That's how deep we was into VHS.
I got to
You buy the
experience the
machine to rewind them
I
because
got
it
to
take all
experience
goddamn day.
the VHS, but on my era, right? You know, by the time I was already experiencing the VHS, the DVDs were coming out, right? So even though my mom had a lot of VHS movies, I didn't really pay attention to it because the
We
first
still got
movies that drew my
VHS
attention
movies.
was I only got to see it and what is it, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I think it was Scream, if I'm not mistaken, the first Scream, and I think two other
We
movies that
used
I
to get
can't.
those.
Oh, Gone with the Wind, that long ass
I
fucking movie,
hate
but
that
it was
movie,
good.
man.
That movie good as shit. Gone with the Wind.
I hate that movie, man. I
I like
can't
it.
watch that. I hate that movie because my grandma hated
For real,
it. Yeah.
I watched it. I liked it. I don't even understand it to this day, but I like
She
it.
don't like how they portrayed black people in that. Like they was happy with that shit. She saw, I mean, because she did that shit for a while. And when she was younger, she was like, what they call it? Like it was a house, not a house,
That's
yeah, housemaid.
that shit was in black and white. At first, it irked my soul, but it drew my attention.
Yeah, my wife like that shit. She be like, why I ain't watching that bullshit?
You sound like my baby dad. I'm like, watch it with me. He's like, nah,
I ain't
nah.
watching that bullshit.
What movies are far apart? You gotta realize, I grew up. I was born in '89. I grew up in the '90s. So by the time I was starting to watch movies, the DVD era was already coming out. CDs, all that shit. There were no more tapes. There were no more VHSs, unless your parents had some of that shit laying around the house. That's how I came across that shit.
We ain't really get into DVDs until like the early 2000s. Like I didn't. Like we was still fucking with VHSs
You
and
know that in
DVDs.
in 2000 I was only 10 years old.
You was who?
I was only 10 years old in 2000.
I'm only a couple years older than you. I'm only
Mhm.
about 5 years older. You was
How old
born.
are you?
You a year younger. I'm 41.
You are 6 years
84.
older than me.
You was born 89.
Yeah,
5 years.
5.
Yeah,
You're
from
41.
84 to 89.
No, you're
Yeah,
6. I'm
you
35,
just turned.
and you're 41.
But you 30. You'll be 36 this year, right?
And 2025. I just turned 35. I'm like, wait.
Oh, when was
Oh
your
yeah, yeah,
birthday?
yeah. It was still 2024. You're right. When I turned 25, I was like, damn, man, I hate this shit. You just bought math
I'm
into
about to
it.
say, hold on, bro.
I was like, wait.
You born
Now
in?
I get you. Now
Cause
I get
look, I got a sister that was born in '88. I got a sister who was born in '90, and I got a sister who was born in '97. So like, and I got a sister that was born. It was two sisters born in '88. I think one was born in '80. 87. I think Ashley, or she was born in, yeah, she was born in 87 or 88. So I got two sisters born in 88. Yeah, sisters born in 90. Yeah, one born in 97. Yeah, another sister.
And
I'm just thinking of the girls right now. Yeah, another sister. I think she was.
how old are you,
She was
Craig?
born in 98.
I was born in 89.
I think she was born in 98.
Mm-mm.
No. India was born in 2000 something.
My brother was
No, she was born. 'Cause I was still in high school. She had to be born in like 98. I think she was born in 98. Then my brother was born in 2000. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, if you was born in 89 and your birthday ain't come yet, you still 35, but you'll be 36 this year. Yeah, it's only 5 years. 5 years and some months, depending when your birthday is.
in word. And remember, before they came out with the portable DVD players, like the DVD players you connect to the TVs and shit. Remember, they had already they had the TVs. My mom had one in my room. That's how, because I was only allowed to watch certain movies. Mind you, some of the movies were stored away, right? It had like a little VHS player on one side, and then on the other side, it had a DVD player. I
When
don't know if you
those
ever got to
came
see
out,
that show.
I remember when those came out. That
And that
was
came
like
out before
the
2000,
second.
way
It
before
was
2000.
no, that was the second generation of DVDs. I remember the very first because my I didn't live with my mom and dad. I remember when the very first DVD player came out because my stepdad had one. And then I remember when they had those TVs with the DVD on one side and the CD on the other side. That was like the second generation
That
of
was the second
CDs,
generation.
and that was right.
I'm
That
mixing it up.
wasn't. You said what?
I said I'm mixing it up. But shit, I'm going back. I'm trying to remember as much as I can. Like, damn. And
Yeah, because I
I
didn't
didn't
get.
experience the
We got.
walkie talkies. I experienced the CD players.
Oh shit, we had walkie talkies, but
I didn't experience the
that was
walkie
my
talkies.
shit. Yeah.
And remember before, like I tell people, before I was allowed to watch the DVDs and all that shit by myself, I was forced to watch TV, and half the channels were fucking blocked until she had that little, what was it, that damn cable box that had the free pay-per-views and shit. Then
Yeah,
when
that was the
her
first
dad
fire
gone
stick.
down, she went and she went and got that box from you had to pay for the pay-per-view. I remember that she had locked that joint one day. My brother started ordering pornos. Her bill came so fucking high. Yo, she was pissed the fuck off. I'm telling you, I'll never forget that day. I was sitting here, I was like, yo, I'm not even gonna repeat what she said. Every curse word in a Spanish book existed that day. But when I tell you that I've never ever seen my mom pissed off, and when I seen that bill, I'm sitting here, I was like, how the fuck did you raise her bill to $900? I'm telling you, my brother didn't fucking, he didn't hear the last of it until the year after. $900 bill, cable bill? Shit.
Mm.
That would have
Hey,
locked that
Craig.
box too. And hit all my credit
Hey,
cards.
Craig. I grew up with a black and white. Even though I grew up in the '80s, y'all gotta think about it. I grew up in a backwoods town with my grandmother, so she didn't give a fuck about no technology. We had all old shit. I had a rotary phone until I moved with my mama. We had rotary phones.
The only time I
I
saw
moved
the
with my mama.
rotary phones were
We had
either
record players.
in
Like
my
living
old
with
head.
my grandmother, that's how I know how to work a record player.
Yep, the old head next door. Say with me. But it wasn't because of my mama. My mama had all the new shit. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, by the time I was already recollecting and noticing shit, we had new shit, modern shit already in the house. I'm trying to get people to understand. And which gets me to think sometimes, how the fuck was people on welfare and WIC back then? And we had so much shit. I don't get that.
Rudy,
But then again,
show me
they
something,
wasn't
Rudy, make,
just on.
so I can make sure that's you, because I had some trolls.
Then
Rudy,
again,
you
they
gotta
was.
show me something like a computer screen or something.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on,
Where
I can let Rudy up and then hear his voice. I know how Rudy sounds. Hey, Rudy.
I don't know. Wait, who asked me that? I don't know what year the Beatles sang that. I don't listen to the Beatles. I know of the
I ain't.
Beatles, but I don't listen to the Beatles.
Oh, but let me tell Craig this real quick. Craig, I remember, my grandmother had a record player, right?
So that you
And
did say the number.
I remember one day I forgot what I was watching, but I seen the DJ scratching. So I thought it was a good idea to put a record up there and scratch it. And my grandmama beat my ass, man. I done put that whole record up. I thought I was DJing scratching a record on her record player, man. No, she had my
You
butt
know
beat
what I
up.
mean, Papa?
Chill, man. I did that shit to my old head, but I
I
did
can't
that shit
even
for
hear Rudy.
Elvis Presley record, though. I remember. I didn't hear the last of it. She still gave me her little thingy, though, that it. Whoa, I hear myself. Am I tripping?
Rudy drop off? Yeah, I think Rudy dropped off.
Yeah, them little record player Jones are sensitive as shit. I learned the hard way. Never ever play with an old head's Elvis Presley record.
Yeah, don't play with them vinyls, man. I
Yep.
was sitting there beat quick shit, fuck the record up, man. She beat my boy. It was a
Chips.
Temptation album too.
I did the same shit. And then hers was a classic with the little glass on it and everything. I'm sitting here, oh my God. I didn't know. I was like 8 years old. I thought the same shit. I was like, let me DJ this shit. Like the little thing I got at home.
I was
My
sitting
shit
there
was a
scratching.
toy. Hers was real. Craig says I have two Victoria players with some 78s. Yo, he old as shit right now. So I know I'm just playing.
Mhm.
He passed the
I
dinosaur
hope that
stage.
I just had a random an acquaintance of mine. He just passed away at 61. And I just remember like growing up, being a little kid, and he was like the OG. And then like becoming older, because he got sick in his like 40s. And every time he go to the hospital, he'd call me like, "Little bro, I'm here. Can you come look out?" Because when you in a hospital, and then like I knew it at the time. I knew a lot of people. So I'd be like, "Yeah, that's my cousin, that's my aunt. Y'all look out for him," and then they get the first treatment. But I just remember all that, and I'm like, "Damn, OG gone, 61. He had a lot of health problems, though. That's why I'm trying to get my shit together. I done dropped. I'm about to weigh myself right now. I'm proud of myself, man. I've been putting work in. My wife was like, "You better stop working out." I'm like, "Why?" She was like, "Because I'm gonna get pregnant again." I ain't like I used to phone up quick. I don't do it as quick no more. I'm 41. My metabolism slowed down. It's taking me a while to get the belly up, with the belly going down. I can fit in my size 40 jeans. I was up to 44. Now I'm down to 40. I'm trying to get
48.
back to 38. That's what most of my suits are. I'm tailored size 38. That's a comfortable waist size for me.
And I'm trying to lose weight myself. I'm about to start physical therapy again so I can start working out. I don't like the way I look on. I was like, oh no, I've been gaining weight for the past year. Oh, that means I'm spoiled. I don't look at my baby daddy and I told him, don't ever, ever, ever give me what I asked you for again. He's like, you gonna ask for it anyways.
I'm getting some
Unstable
pounds.
creatures. He gonna call me
But
an unstable creature. El chingón. Univision was the shit. They used to call me
yeah,
Univision
always
because I used to ask questions and interview everybody. And I still do. Shit, Sábado Gigante was that shit. Don Francisco presenta.
I'm getting 3 pounds. I was getting all excited. This morning I was 240. I think I was 242. I'm like, oh, cool. I lost 3 more pounds. And now I weigh myself, I'm 248. Like, hold on, bro. I ain't even eat that much today.
He said I ain't eat that much today. He got
I didn't, man. I was snacking. I was snacking all day. But my wife did cook for the chili Alfredo. I had one bowl of it. That's it.
yeah, Don Francisco was an icon. Him and Cristina. Cristina, Don Francisco. And I forgot what that lady's name was on Telemundo. She used to say Caso Cerrado. I forget her name. Her show popping too. Chill, they used to call me Univision and Telemundo. I still do the same shit. I don't give a fuck. I'ma ask questions and interview the motherfucker. They used to call me the news reporter on the block when I was young. Cause I wouldn't take whatever answer they gave me and be satisfied. Like I was never that type. So they be like, damn man, you're like a fucking news reporter. You just keep asking and asking and asking questions. That's how you get smart, mofos. What you saying makes no sense. They had me in my TI bag when I was little. You started off with some bullshit.
I blame my uncle and my mama, man, when I was a kid.
You was talking the whole time, dude.
Huh?
You was talking the whole time.
Uh-uh. No.
Oh, I was like, wait.
I blame them introducing me to psychology at a young age because I was always observed and I knew how to ask indirect questions. Like if
Oh,
I was curious about something or why somebody did something, I understood how to ask an indirect question.
I didn't know if it was ignorant or not. Sometimes I still don't know. I just think that it's a legit question. That's it. It's only but fair to ask it. Like, and I'm not debating. It's just that what you're saying don't make sense. Help me understand what you're saying because you're confusing me. That's basically
I don't
is all
really,
it's about. The fuck?
I don't really, I like when talking to people, I be more curious of why they say stuff versus what they say. Like most people look at what people say and question what they say. I'm more interested in why they said it because if I understand why they said it, then it don't really matter what they said because I mean, what people say can be right or wrong, but if you understand why they said it, you get more of an understanding of why, and then that's when you know if you can, um, like it's some people I talk to, like when I understand a person just wants to be right about something, I never question anything they say. I wouldn't care. Like when I know, like, oh, this person just want to be right, I'm not going to try to understand what they say. I'm just let them say what they say so they can shut up because it's no getting clarification. Even if you tell them that they wrong, they're gonna still try to make an
Oh,
adjustment
I don't question
to
people.
show that they
Yeah,
right.
you're right on that part. I don't question people. Sometimes I just want them like, wait a minute, what you just said makes no sense to me. Can you like, I don't know, break it down a little bit, like something to make it make sense? Because some people just say the stupidest shit. Like, wait, am I understanding you right? Like, you see where I'm coming from? Like, you either gotta rephrase this another way, or I'm just gonna think what my head is thinking right now. You see where I'm coming from? Oh, who's that?
That's rude.
Word was fast as shit. Y'all see how fast he pulled the trigger?
Everybody still
Hello.
kept talking. What up, though, Rudy?
Yeah, hello.
Yo.
What up, though?
Can you hear me?
I don't know, man, Rudy.
I'm guilty of spell check.
Yeah.
I don't spell check. I just
What's
write.
going on, Rudy?
Oh, hey. Hello.
Hola.
What?
As for year 67, what's year 67?
Because I heard that, yeah. Texas, because I know what he's trying to do. Maybe because in there was the first. It was Revolutionary War. Yes, guns at the time when the revolution was, but they were already guns was already been invented at that time. They were already used.
I hate when
Writer
stars
Steve.
take names as my word.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
64.
hear you. What up,
Writers,
man?
What up,
can
though?
let's listen to writers say 64, please.
64. 64, Rudy.
Oh, good.
Commander!
I'm gonna make you born in 64, like, and I am born 64, but I'm actually born in 89, like you are, and my birthday's in August the 8th.
Oh, okay, okay.
And what month is your birthday, writers?
On August.
Oh, August, like me, 8.
Yeah. We Leos, yes.
Wow,
Real
and I
quick,
know
shout out to Frankie Blanco
Shirley
somewhere in the
Pie
bushes.
is from the same year, except she was born a day before me, and Adriana Harmeyer from Jeopardy was born same day, a week before I was, week after, a week before me. We have a lot
Shout
of
out to
August
Frankie.
'89 birthdays, and the word. I was the reason why I was asking though, but the point is about the year '67 because you mentioned '61 because you had someone passed away in that year, and how was that year and the other year?
Oh no, I was saying he was. That's how old he was 61.
Oh, how many people passed away at '67s?
I do not know. I will have to look that up. But hold on one
Is
second.
President
Hey, hold
President
on one
Abe
second.
Lincoln or John F. Kennedy or 67th President of the United States? True or false?
Hold on one second. Shout out to Frankie Blanco, who probably in the bushes or watching on the replay. But I was driving with my wife yesterday, right? My wife was driving yesterday, and
But
she played this new Weekend song, right? And
no,
this and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, "Is that the Weekend?" And she like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, my boy Frankie said." Um, I was like, "My boy Frankie said Usher sing better than the Weekend." And she looked at me and said, "No, the fuck you know." And I'm like, "Man, you about to turn? You got that mad?"
Okay. Funny as shit. Y'all still with this weekend debate.
Well, I just had to mention that. I had to mention that. Shout out to Frankie.
And the battle continues.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
oh, I love the battle
Frankie.
continues.
Is that a movie or something? What up,
Yeah,
Rudy? What up,
I'm looking
Ryder?
at this. The
Word,
source. I'm
chat, chat.
I'm
Where
still
you at?
challenging with the source.
Yeah, I
The
think Frankie
source is
probably
a
the only
guy.
person in America who think the Weekend. I mean, Usher sing better than the Weekend.
The Weekend versus Usher? I think I said Weekend. No, what did I say? You guys kept comparing different ones.
Are you
I
He
was
got a
interested
con-
new
with the
song.
word
That's hot.
with source? If you want to request to be on 5 questions on a Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time
Saturday, 3 p.m. Central.
with the source, you want the handle for that man?
Yes. Oh, I thought it was your channel.
No, it's the source because I'm doing a challenge for the source.
Okay, cool, cool.
See, take a look at the handle.
Yes. What's that picture?
No,
What's his avatar?
tomorrow Thursday, huh? Well, today Thursday. Right now
It's
it's
a
Thursday.
circle.
Don't even remind me what day it is. Oh, okay, I see.
Yes, I'm uploading lots of videos, and especially, have you heard the song called "Big Pineapple"? Come sit on the pineapple. I got a big pineapple for my lovers.
No,
Go crown it,
never
cut
heard of
me the
it.
cutest. So if you
Have you
see
guys heard of
me,
that?
you know that it's real.
what
Big
what's his name?
pineapple coming true. You see us now. So lovers, to our
What's this dude name? L
go sit on your pineapple.
LL Cool
Dun, dun,
J.
dun, 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 dun,
L is it? How
dun,
do you
dun,
say that?
dun,
El
dun, dun,
Chingo.
dun, dun, dun.
El
You want to play?
Chingón.
Try
El
play the song.
Chingo. He's
Try play the actual song
uh,
of Big Pineapple.
it's try to make the black guy laugh
You
part
don't
two.
want it.
Yeah, let's play that. Let's make her laugh.
Big Pineapple.
I want to see who can make this. I laugh at corny shit.
I thought I was talking to the big black guy in the middle.
Huh?
That's what
Yeah.
that guy said. That's what that guy said that one day. He didn't know if he thought writers was me, or he thought I was a man. Then he thought I don't. He was so confused with who was on panel. That's how much he was paying attention.
Yeah, that shit was wild. Yeah, I thought I was talking to the big black guy in the middle. My my wife's cousin is from Canada, right? And like when I first met her, she said she like we give hugs or whatever. And she was like, cause I used every time she see me, I be feeling weird when like women want to hug me, especially like and when they just hug you tight, like oh I don't want to, and when they say some shit like that, I don't want to let go. So anyway, she was like, yeah, when I first seen you walking up, I was like, oh no, he looked crazy as hell. She said the way you walk look like you ready to fuck somebody up. I'm like, what? You said you just walk like you about to just walk into a wall and walk through it or something. Like that's how you walk. Like your presence is. He said, but then when you get around you and get to talking, you be like, oh, he a big teddy bear. He's like, you be looking like you just go fuck something up. My wife did say I got a resting bitch face.
See.
I don't think you do, but maybe I don't know. Maybe when you're out like on the street,
Uh,
in the
People,
store.
I don't, but
what is
I
that?
like kind of growing up in the hood. That's
Is
like a
she
defense
wearing
mechanism. Like you
is she
looking
wearing like
unapproachable
a
is
sweater or
kind of a
something or a
defense
hoodie?
mechanism. Well, what you say, Rudy?
Is she wearing like a hoodie or sweater? This woman.
It looks like a sweater. It looks like a scarf.
Yeah, bro, we not gonna be. I don't even know these people, bro. We showing on the screen, bro.
he
We can't
said.
just show random.
He said,
But that
"Let's
can be
guess
like,
who this. Let's dox this person."
yeah, I was about to say that can be considered doxing, bro. We're not gonna do
Sporty,
that.
sporty.
Yeah, we can't just show random people on screen. Maybe they don't want to be shown. We can't just. I don't even know
The
who that is.
boom.
But
That coward bull.
yeah, Rudy,
you know,
you making me nervous, bro. You feel something we ain't supposed to be saying, bro. You just can't show random things, bro.
he started singing that pineapple song. I got worried. You see
Oh,
what Chingon said that it means? I just know
for
what the
oh, bro. Oh man,
I know what the
Ah,
upside down pineapple means.
I don't know what none of that shit mean, bro. So y'all put me up on game. I ain't know.
755. What up though?
oh, hello, 755.
What up, though? Yeah, no pineapple songs, Rudy. We don't want to be sending mixed messages.
755 media. 755
But then what was
media.
I saying? Oh, sometimes it just like growing up in the hood, it was like a defense mechanism to not look approachable, and I think it just became like a part of my aura or part of my look or whatever. I
You're
don't
like
know.
Nola. You like them German shepherds. They look mean, but they're all cuddly and they play. They'll run up to you and play. They look
But
like they're gonna attack you.
when me and my wife when we first got together, we was nerds, right? We still nerds, but I bought her this bag. Like we used to go, traveling a lot. So I bought her this bag, and I get it embroidered on it, Love Bug, because that was her nickname that I gave her was Love Bug. And my nickname was Teddy Bear. And man, not only did she buy me a bag, but she bought me like shirts, and I had a whole like 3 or 4 outfits. Let's just saying Teddy Bear, and
You
I
guys
was
were that corny couple.
yeah, we still like that because she got she got a shirt that say what does it say? Um,
Museum.
I'm a yam. No, she say I'm a potato, and I got a shirt that say she my sweet potato. It's something like that, but they go together. Like whatever they say on my shirt, like she's my uh. Man, I forget. I gotta find it. But anyway, we got shit like that. But yeah, so I'm walking around with shit to say teddy bear, and I'm walking around all buff and shit, and they looking like you know damn teddy bear, grizzly bear, face looking all crazy. Like if I let my face and hair grow out, I was growing my hair at that time too, so I used to look crazy as hell. And I'm walking around with shit say teddy bear.
Marines don't wear so Marines.
Sorry, I'm here. I thought I heard something crazy going on outside.
Wait a minute, Chingong. You learned what a pineapple tattoo meant from a lesbian cop? Wait
Tell
a
us that
minute.
story. So where do you guys have shirts that says I'm with him, I'm with her, or she's
I'm
mine,
with
he's
you.
mine?
I'm with you.
We got when she was pregnant, we were wearing uh she had a shirt that said he gave me this
Jeremy, are
book
you singing
and I
I'm with
had a
you
shirt
song
that said I
by,
created the book.
who sang that song?
My wife Courtney, she had a shirt that said he gave me this book and my shirt said I'm the creator of the book. We had
Cause I'm
shit like
fighting in the and then I'm with you. You got to take it away. I'm with you. Have you heard that song? I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know what? I finally figured out. Because when I heard Rudy's voice, I was like, sounds familiar. I finally figured it out. It's like Kermit the Frog voice.
Oh, you know who sings? You never heard that song? I'm with you.
Have people told you that before, Rudy?
Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Has anybody ever told you that?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. Do you like Echo?
Is that a band?
Echo is a girl who's living her life.
Oh, okay.
She
I
has
don't know her. 75 said, okay, I'm done.
yeah, but I got her business card and you know, have you heard the song "I'm with You" by that Canadian singer?
I've probably heard it. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's a guy who's the same age as the word. And do Marines wear shorts, by the way? Did you ever hear about
Sorry, what'd you say?
do Marines wear shorts?
Oh, you asked us this before. What's your obsession with Marines wearing shorts? They do when they do like their physical, like when they're running.
Because of that commercial where they're making the swords and because of the music.
Frankie, what up though?
Frankie Blanco pulled him out the bushes. You heard my wife almost crashed the car because I told her you said that Usher can sing better than the weekend. She almost crashed, bro. Almost took the whole family out because of that comment. Almost
I vote
crashed
for
again, bro.
Usher. But you guys were, it was the weekend and then versus someone else, and I think I didn't know the someone else, so I picked the weekend.
Man, he got a new song out. I forgot the name of it. But when she played it, I was like, oh yeah, that's another hit. That's another hit.
Oh, I think Rudy dropped.
Really dropped. Yeah, I ain't gonna be on too much longer. I'm going through what's going on. But yeah, I was like, I'm about to get these clothes out the dryer. So I do 2 more sets. Take my ass to bed. I remember that's the only way I used to be able to go to sleep. Like if I work out before I go to sleep. So I start doing that again. I've been having some good sleep.
Okay, I was distracted. There's like, maybe they're teenagers. I don't know. There's like 4 guys. They're like yelling, and I think they have flashlights. And they're either on bikes or running around at this
What
hour.
they searching for somebody? Somebody
At
lost their
this
cat or
hour.
dog or something?
So the last few weeks, there's been, well, sometimes it's been 2 guys, sometimes 3. You know, they look young, and they've been like opening cars, like they've been breaking into cars and stuff. But they only open the car, like they try to open the car door, so they only go into ones where you leave the door open. So
Or you know your
I'm,
dog to
yeah, but I'm like, dude, they hit the same house twice, like 2 different days, and I'm like, and the car doors were open. I'm like, because they post videos of it, and I'm like, how come you people don't learn to lock your doors?
You know what? For the last 2 days, I just literally went outside and locked my wife's door. She do that. Well, I think I did that actually. I think I left her door open today. I think I actually left it open today. But my wife, every now and then, she'll leave the car door open. That's what I said. I'm just blessed to live in this neighborhood. It can happen anywhere. Dude.
I mean, I sometimes leave one side open, but the thing is, like, once you know these guys are out here, once you know people are posting videos of them, then you want to be aware and lock your doors, especially if they hit up your house 2 days or once. Maybe you think they're not going to come back again.
Yeah, they think they pop up in the back.
But it's a misdemeanor. But the cops don't even care. They don't even come out for that. That's why they do it, but you know what?
Yeah,
Where are they
Rudy.
gonna run into the wrong one
Yeah,
one
they
of
gonna
these
run into the
nights?
wrong one. Yeah, Rudy, we ain't gonna be on much longer, bro. We ain't gonna be here longer. Next time we go live and have an open panel, I'll let you up, but they ain't gonna be on too much longer. Ooh.
Frankie said they up to no good, 80% chance. The thing is, like, okay, if they're teenagers, right? They start off that way, right? And then they start getting more comfortable, right? They start getting more and more brave. And then what's the next thing? They're gonna break into someone's house or actually take a car.
When they not being corrected for the bad actions they do. And there's no, I mean, that wouldn't that fall into insanity if they don't? They never get caught or punished for doing it.
It falls under what?
Insanity if they don't continuously do it. Like
Well, that's
insanity
the
is
thing.
doing
Like,
something and
people call the
expecting a
cops, but they
different
don't
result.
come.
Yeah. But like the definition of insanity, I believe, is to continuously do something expecting a different result. So if you keep breaking in the cars and getting away with it, it'd be insane not to break in the car and think you ain't gonna get away with it. That's why I don't
I
like that
think it's
definition. I don't like that
the
definition.
definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Right. If I keep breaking in cars and nothing ever bad happens, why would I stop? I would be insane to think something else will happen besides what's been fun, me getting away with
I think it's more insane the people leaving their car doors open, like knowing that, like,
it. Yeah.
you know, 2, 3 in the morning, people are sleeping. You know, I mean, like, I'm awake, but most people are asleep. So by the time their camera picks it up, they either don't see it till the morning, or by the time they run out, they're like down the street already. The guy's
Wonder how
already
many
gone.
people, like even with my camera, like I got a setting on my camera. Like you would hear, like if I go on my, I had to turn it off on my porch actually. I had to turn because I go outside a lot on my porch and smoke now, so I don't put the deter on. But if you walk in my driveway, oh, it's gonna talk to you, and then it's gonna talk to me. It's gonna tell you like you're being recorded. The owner doesn't come out and do a
They
bunch
don't
of stuff.
care though. They know they're being recorded because like the light goes on when they pull up to the driveway, or even like on the street, the lights go on and they're being recorded. They don't care. Just
Yeah,
like the
they
same
won't.
ones taking the packages, bro. They don't even care because I guess they don't get caught.
They won't care until they come to my house. As soon as that shit go dee 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 dee, first thing I do is grab up and get Bertha. Now Bertha holler at you. I mean,
That's what I was saying. They're gonna run into the wrong one. I'm surprised they haven't already.
it'll run into Bertha.
But they're
And she
fast
just
though.
yelling, screaming at people.
Like you're awake right now, but like if you were sleeping, like by the time you go outside, they're already gone.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're either on bike or they run or there's a car waiting for them.
But see, and then our street kind of, I think, like, really don't nothing happen over here. 'Cause we got cops in the air. But like one little, not on my block, but in a little, like my block, like my street is not a, is a high traffic street. I wouldn't call it a main street because it's just a regular street. It just is a big street. It's a big crossing street. But anyway, off of this street, they got like two cul-de-sacs. So one of the cops live like on a corner. Well, not a cul-de-sac. You know the street just got a dead end. It's
Yeah,
like
like
you
the
only can go
circle.
down and come out one way. Yeah, whatever that's called. It's two of them right there. One of them a cop live on, and then across the street, across the main street, is a sheriff to live over there. So I mean, there's always cop cars going up and down my street. So shit don't really pop off over here.
Like if you're a cop, you should probably try to hide where you live and not pull up. Because we have cops that pull up with their cop cars to their house. Or like they're in their uniform. Like if it was me, I would take off my
I,
uniform at work. I would not be
I think
coming
it's
home
the
for no breaks.
I think it's all about the community, too. Like when I was in the hood, it was a cop that used to live down the street, and he rubbed some people the wrong way. They lit his garage on fire. But out here, shit, like when people see that, they feel it's more safe. Like he a cool ass cop, too. He cool as hell. I talked to him every time I walk the kids. I talked to him. I didn't even know he was a cop until I went and paid the ticket one day. Like, damn, you a cop?
Yeah, until people turn.
No, it's
I
better
don't
when
know.
they're from your community though. On some real shit. Like when you can tell when they're from your community, when they care, when they listen.
Yeah, yeah, he cool as hell. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
he said I was telling him about getting my garage together. He said I'm gonna send my nieces over there. I'm gonna send my son over there. He want me to train him. I was like, cool. He an older guy too. He like I ain't gonna say older shit. He probably maybe 10 years older than me. I know he like his late 40s, early 50s. Yeah, granddad. You know what I'm saying? He be chilling.
Craig's like, report him. No,
Mhm.
I'm good. I'm not reporting those kids. They didn't come to my house.
Man, what is that one influencer name? He a like a heavy set black guy. I ain't gonna say heavy set. He a thick black guy, but he got this short. When he be like talking to some news people, he be like, "Oh, y'all recording? Oh, I ain't see nothing." He's like, matter of fact, I'm blind in this eye and I can't see 83. I'm like, damn, that's me. He be like, oh, you recording? Oh, I ain't see nothing. He was talking to the lady at first, and he was like, oh, you recording? Oh no, I ain't see
Yeah,
nothing.
no.
Because I can't even hear you. Like, what'd you say?
Man, I saw this YouTuber. Some lady stuck up for him, right? Because the police came, and then she asked him not to put her on the video, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got you. I'm gonna take you out of the video." And then, but he put he didn't keep his word. I saw her
Content,
face and
man.
everything. I was like,
That's a
"Man, you wrong
lawsuit
for that."
for real, for real.
But it's
Mm-hmm.
in public though, right?
No,
So,
listen, no, it's in public. You're allowed to record, but if somebody asks you not to record them, you have to delete them before you put it up on social media. That's why I tell people y'all better learn them laws.
well, she would have to report him. I don't even know if she knows that he didn't blur her out. Like she's
Yeah,
out there on
Probably,
YouTube
he got
world.
a lawsuit coming his way if she knows. But if she doesn't
they
know,
probably don't.
that's on her. I mean, I'm
And
not trying to be mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got millions of views too.
That's a nice little
don't tell.
lawsuit our way.
But check it out. The police also has her on body cam. So what if they put out the body cam? That's legal, right?
But if the police does it, she can't say shit. But if she asks the civilian, listen, I can record anything I want, anybody on a public place. But if somebody asks me to delete them or not record them, I have to put the camera down. You see where I'm coming from? I can continue to
Here's,
record all I want,
here's,
but am I willing to pay the price?
it's you gotta look at in some court cases. Because I was asking my uncle, like, how does that work? If it's a public setting, even if they ask, long as you ain't like following them
Mm-hmm.
and like, you know what I'm saying, like
Eavesdropping.
intentionally recording them, it don't matter what they say. Like, long as your intention is not to record them and they're just in the frame or in the picture, then
Mm-hmm.
that's their fault
So was his
because they got
intention
the
to
option to
record her?
leave. But if you follow them, if you're like physically, like intentionally recording them, then you're in trouble. And you can't record no one secretly. That's what it is. Like, you can't secretly record anyone, like without their
Yeah.
knowledge of you recording. That's against the law.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like eavesdropping, the eavesdropping law.
Hmm. Yeah, that's like you can't record nobody's phone conversation unless they have knowledge of it.
But listen, Craig, if I call the police, there's no crime. There's just some guys out on the street walking or riding their bikes. Like,
Well, unless like in Philadelphia, right? Unless you're in danger, is a different story. Like an audio or something like that, it's a different story. Like in the process of something happening, it's a complete different story. Or like you're going live and some shit happens. I've seen like
Here-
this should be tricky. It be loopholes to this shit and it be confusing sometimes, but I get it.
Well, no, if they
I think
committing a
twice
crime
now.
is legal. If they're in the commission of committing a crime, you can report. But if it's just like you say, eavesdropping, just recording
Yeah, no,
someone's
like that
personal
no.
conversation, or and they ain't doing nothing, then you
But
can't.
in self defense, different story.
But yeah, if they committing a crime, then they commit a crime. All they when you commit a crime, all your rights go out the window, bro. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
got no rights.
Chingon. I'm the turkey. I'm the one that was in the chat.
That's the
But
turkey.
I'm the turkey.
She's the
You
gobble
know,
gobble you hunting for.
I think twice though before calling the police on someone because of everything I see, all those videos. I don't want no one getting hurt.
But sometimes,
I feel like people shouldn't call the police unless they need to call the police.
Yeah,
Unless you
if
know
you have
somebody's
to.
commission of a crime. Because other than that, you putting everybody's life in danger, even the cops. You putting their life in danger.
hmm
Yeah, and then they ask, well, do they have a weapon? Do they this? Do they that?
yo, you be an hour trying to explain to these mofos.
Like that one guy, yeah, I followed him and I called the police because he had that little girl in the car. He looked like he was kidnapping her, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna follow him. And then I had to
OMG.
testify in court.
That wasn't his kid?
Yeah,
No, it was a
yeah. All
crime.
state laws is different. State laws are different. But I know, like, if you commit a crime, you ain't got no right. All your rights go out the window once you start in the commission of a crime. You have no right.
Hey, Chingon say you funny.
You
You
got the
ain't
right to due process. That's the only right you got once you commit a crime. You got the
Chingon want to
right to
turn
due
to Eddie
process.
Guerrero. Chingon, you gotta be Mexican, yo. You down there on your Eddie Guerrero vibes. Viva
You
la
a badass
raza.
mamacita.
Mama Cheetah. I ain't say
Commander
nothing
went
bad.
and turned
Y'all,
somebody into Eddie Guerrero.
no,
Mamacita.
Cheetah. I
Aquí
said Cheetah.
llego
Why did
tu
I say Cheetah
papi.
like there's an H in there or something?
Mamacita.
I said Cheetah like there's an H in there.
You said T.
Mamacita.
There's no C
Cita.
in what you said. He said mamatita. Or you said chita.
Cita. Mamacita.
That's all right, bro. You get there.
I'm straight, man.
Or you
I
can
gave
say
up on Spanish a
mamacita.
We
long
teach you
time ago.
Spanish. You gotta
Hmm.
teach us wifey language so we can learn a third language.
You can say tamales or you can say tamales.
I got
Tamales.
I got 3 languages under my belt. I'm cool. That's enough for me.
You can say pollo or you can say polo.
If he say polo, they
And
gonna mistake
Kansas
that
is
shit for a
long.
brand.
Yeah, I had tamales and I had like some chicken, some beef, but they were labeled in Spanish. And somebody asked, "What is that? Polo? What is polo?"
Cracking up. All
Yeah.
cops start out Putty says.
Roger, what up, though? Go home, Roger.
That's what I was gonna
I
say.
see.
Sister,
Mix, you just
sister.
got back on Instagram. I just seen a profile pop up like people you may know, Big Mix. I'm like, I thought I was friends with him on Instagram. Man, you got so many damn aliases and
Who?
Yeah. Are
profiles
you a
and
troll,
channels.
Roger? You got a lot of aliases. I forgot that was Big Mix.
When he first, the way he was typing, I was like, "Oh, that's Mick." I was like, I've read the first, like, I think it was like the fourth comment. I'm like, "Man, that's Big Mick." And then when I said it, he was like, "Yeah, this Big Mick." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I get used to people like vernacular. I guess like they word choices and structures. I can tell. That's why I had like 3 trolls, and I think I spoke to them when I was like, I started asking them questions that I only knew about them. They like, oh shit, he know who I am. Like, yeah, I know who you is. Bro. Like, did this happen to you? Did you suffer
Big.
from this?
Chill, I gotta see the movie, alright? He said he got a twin like Sinners.
I ain't seen that movie yet. Something else just came on. Something else just came on Prime. I
I
think I
still
gotta
got
rent it, don't I?
he said I
I
gotta
think it's
rent
out
it.
on Prime. I just gotta rent it. Is
Prime
Sinners
got
on
Prime
Prime?
free.
Oh, that Final Destination. I told my wife I ain't watching that shit.
Yo, I've been on Tubi lately. I gotta pay my
Mine, brother.
Netflix. So I've been watching Tubi movies.
Yeah, I don't need to be scared. That Final Destination. No, thank you.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I ain't
see
watching
it.
it.
Dude, chill. I gotta see it.
I ain't watching it. Don't worry about it. There ain't gonna be no spoilers.
I seen the whole series. I definitely
Oh
got to.
man,
And Tony
I got
Todd not doing no more movies. He did that, and he did the last hood, Tales from the Hood Part 3.
Hey, shout out to the Cash App. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Where got the money? Where got the juice? 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 Yeah, man.
Rachel, you gotta remind me. I got ADHD. I keep getting busy and stuff. I gotta make your video. I thought I found the song. I gotta find another song.
Y'all don't see
Shout out the big mouthpiece in the chat. Come on, brother.
What up,
Hey man, I'm gonna be
Mouthpiece?
back in your chat, bro. I'm gonna be back over there on the panel and everything, man. I've just been going crazy. Like once my wife's birthday go past, then I'll be good.
I don't think he's been going live though. I think I
Yes, he
only seen him
has.
go live
Shout
one
out to you
time.
too, David Banner.
Hey, you know who you owe Stoic super chatted you the other day, but it was like there was a lot going on.
Oh yeah, when
For
Joe
real?
was here.
When the Israelite was here,
When the
he super chatted
Israelite was
like
He
here.
did?
I
Bro,
think he
I'm
super
telling
chatted
you,
like
man.
$20.
Man, look, I promise you, man, it's like I don't know, man. Ever since I got these earbuds, I used to sit at the thing and I wouldn't leave for a minute. Or when I leave, because I had the headphones, I had to stay connected. Man, I told you I got ADHD. I be moving so much now, bro. I be missing shit.
Shout out to Stoic though. I think he's watching in the bushes. You know, he hasn't been here much, but I think he listens
Yeah,
from the bushes.
But
yeah,
they
shout out to
I was
Phil. When he pop up, I'll play his music just for him.
Stoic,
was live not
come
so
out.
long ago. He was talking about the Carmelo Anthony situation and stuff like that. Right?
Oh, supposedly they've indicted him or they put charges on him now, and then there's a video that I guess was released to some media.
I said it
Like
was
it's not released yet for us
no,
to
it's not.
see,
But there
but
was a leak
according to
on
them,
Twitter not so long ago. So
according to them, it didn't look like there was an altercation like that
but I had
the
one
one was
question, right? But you know what's crazy is explainable anyways. Even though Texas is a stand your ground state, right? He still went up to a school that wasn't his school. The young boy was underneath a tent, and even though it's blurry when the altercation started, right? It's not self-defense when you go up to the person, no matter what the situation is, and you're on camera. Because it's a little blurry when a situation pops off.
But being at another school, that's common. That's always common.
No, it's not.
He
Yeah,
was
it
at a
is.
track meet.
Because it's a
Uh,
game, right? Or
yeah,
It's a
his
game.
school. He was actually running, and he was supposed to run in the track meet. That's why he was there.
I don't
when
think he
you're
was
in
supposed
like
to be there.
teams, you're always at other people's
On
schools.
separate, I don't think it was on the same field. I think they were supposed to be on separate. They were from separate schools, but he wasn't supposed to be there that day. Because I was looking deeper into this shit, so that's why I was like, either way, however you look at it,
Maybe
he
he
went
wanted, maybe he have friends there, or maybe he wanted to
They
go
said he was there.
peep.
That's why they said he was
April.
in that under that tent because somebody invited him. He had a friend. He was sitting next to a friend. I mean, all that came out. He was actually running. He was supposed to be in the event, and it started raining, and all the people went into shelter, and he went under the tent. But he knew people from that team, from the other track team, like he was cool with them. And he went and was talking to them and shit. And I don't know what happened after that.
It broke off.
That
It's a
video
little
came out.
blurry. That's what's got me. It's a little blurry. Because like I keep telling everybody, like the video got leaked a little bit on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, you asked out. As soon as that shit got leaked, and as fast as it got leaked, it got deleted. Then a few days later, you start hearing all this on the news. Like all this broke out. Like I didn't see nothing of it at first because I thought like, they're gonna keep on with the same shit. They're gonna keep trying to say that this and this happened, blah 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 blah. But when you look at the video, right, you cannot tell what happens when it breaks off. That's the only problem. When
But
everything
there's more videos than one though, you know?
no, it's really just that one video underneath
No,
that.
but like police has to have, I'm sure they have multiple videos.
Afterwards, we're talking about when the stabbing happened, when the altercation happened.
Well, we don't know what they have.
They don't have no phone cameras. They only have the CCTV surveillance. That's all they have. See, y'all don't know what they got, but shit already got leaked out.
Well,
You
I
see where I'm
mean,
coming
maybe
from?
one video got leaked, but I'm
It's
sure they have
only
multiple.
CCTV. There's no phone videos. There's none of other no
Well,
nothing out
leaked.
there.
There's none leaked.
Just
Okay, did the police come out and say they only have one video?
all they got is that video. I'm
Did the
telling you.
police say that though?
That's all they've been saying. And even before this is the video they've been talking about since the beginning.
I haven't seen any presser or any cop or police department release anything like that.
They're not going
Saying
to,
like,
not to
oh,
the public right now. They're not going to.
well, that's
They're
what I'm
not
saying.
going
They might
to.
have more, and we don't know.
No, they don't.
Maybe one video got released.
Mm-mm.
And then with this happening,
But we're
I
not
mean, with
even
the case
there
the way
anyway.
it
This
is,
shit. But
with the case
we
the
know
way
what they're
it is,
doing. Like
it's
this
kind of
shit is
hush
off to
hush
the.
on what they got and what they don't.
Because writers, like usually, like when one thing gets released, they slowly start releasing later another thing and another thing. That's
Yeah,
usually how it happens.
to try to, push whatever narrative or to try to.
Well, apparently the only evidence they got is that one video. That's that one video they've been fighting for and arguing for since the beginning. Like there hasn't been no evidence, no proof, no talk about no cell phone video. Just the video and the witnesses that were there. That's it. That's why I'm sitting here like this case is just kind of like I don't know. It's hard to
I know the defense team, that white lawyer, he said they got multiple videos.
mouth. You said it's definitely multiple videos. See, I believe Mouthpiece before any other source because he in Texas right now. But see, the thing is, they're stuck on that one video. The lawyers, the jury, the judges, the families. So if there's anything out when they have already put the evidence out,
They can't. No, that's leaking evidence.
That's a
They don't.
leak.
That ain't.
they already did it
Yeah,
once. That's what's
that
got a
ain't.
lot of people under all this bullshit, under all this thing.
Yeah, but that's a leak. Like usually you don't see evidence, and like the
No, you're right.
prosecution, they ain't telling you they got shit until they have to, until they start going to trial. Because now once
Fucked
the
up shit.
trial is set and stuff, then they have to give the defense team enough time to cross-examine or go against their evidence.
Yeah.
So they have
Big
to,
Mix, we're talking about Carmelo.
uh, like I just don't like that. For me, it's too controversial to
Yeah.
even speak on until you have information. And
I
the
want to wait.
information they
Exactly.
got out, I don't think anyone can make a reasonable conclusion because you don't know. It's just he say she say right now. What we know is somebody is fighting for their life or their freedom, and you got another person they had to bury. That's fact.
Yeah.
Unless you was there,
See,
even like think about this, man. All the people who was there, it was people there. Why you ain't hear no? Why you don't think nobody coming out telling their side of the story?
that's another
Cause they're
weird.
gagged. Cause they're gagged.
Normally, people would have already said something, leaked something out. That's what got me on
They
this case.
can't. Most of the witnesses are kids, so they can't come out.
They're gonna
All
be
the shit.
protected. You're right. Damn, I didn't even think about that part.
But
Yeah, no,
sometimes the
most of the
parents will. But no one's gonna want to do
no,
that,
they can't, man.
especially
Look,
not this kind of
trust
case.
me. They probably got a gag order around that shit because they know either go left or right real quick and it will start some crazy shit. So until it's tried,
Hmm.
think about how a lot of these other cases was tried in the public before it was tried in court. They don't want that happening, especially not with this case.
This is why we need to
Well,
really have these talks with our kids because if it turns out to be true that the young bull was getting bullied by the other young bull that got unalived, right? There's like that's why I say like this is not the way to handle it. Like there's other ways. Yes, this shit is crazy.
Man, you just got to look at it and learn. I mean, what we can learn from the situation
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm saying. Like I look at it like, what can we learn out of this to teach our young men? You see where I'm coming from?
yeah.
That go through this type of thing. Like that's the way I've been looking at it, and I've been trying to figure out how to put it into words. It's crazy how I just did it now talking to
People need to learn conflict resolution. If it's possible to walk away from a situation, walk away. If you ain't got to start shit, don't start shit. You know, or
Police
just keep it
officers
the
need
fuck
to learn
alone.
that.
She said police officers. But you know what's crazy, Commander? Something that I started to peep, right? And I didn't start to peep until recently. And Word has said it too, right? Now that's why I said it earlier. I don't know if people caught it when I said it when I made the comment. If the you could tell when the officer is within from your community or around your community when they care, when they show you that they care, right? Now I had a lot of people, like, especially from the videos that I upload from the cops. You hear, like, on one video, somebody said, oh, you shouldn't have been there. You should have listened to the cop. Well, there's a reason that cop got fired. First of all, I'm the block captain. If somebody's telling me, especially the owner of that damn store, translate to an officer because he can't speak English, I'm going to do it. Yeah, but I'm not, I'm close to the dangerous situation, but at the end of the day, I'm doing my job. You see where I'm coming from? So he was like, oh, you should have left the scene. I was like, look, listen, that was just one white officer. And it's fucked up that I had to say it like that, right? That is not from my fucking community, that has something stuck up his ass. And the same way he got smart with me is the same way he got his ass fired. Because the person I was on the phone with was the motherfucking officer from the fucking 24th, I think 25th, 26th district, if I'm not mistaken. I can't even remember which district it was that day. Like, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm sitting here, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm not inside the store. I'm as far of a distance as I'm supposed to be. So what he did was wrong at the end of the day. Like, I get where people are saying, oh, you're in a dangerous situation. Do you know what I deal with? This is the youth I deal with every fucking day, whether y'all like it or not.
Well, that's like me. I had some of my family didn't want me to go to court and testify. They didn't want me calling the police, doing none of that. And then once that was all done, like, they were scared. They didn't want me testifying.
But it's just crazy though. Like, you could tell these officers that really do want to help. And no, I'm going to sit here and tell an officer that's not from this fucking community, right? Doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, what the fuck he's doing, the fucking truth to his face. I'm not going to sit here and talk behind his back. I'm going to tell him in front of his face. I'm not scared like a lot of people. So it happens, well, then the fucking world knows. It happens.
Do they have body cam?
They all got body cams on them.
That's good. Not everywhere. Not everywhere. Some departments don't have body cam.
No, here you gotta have your body cams. In Philadelphia, they got to. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and back down because he's an officer. Like, as long as I'm not being disrespectful, I don't sit here and put my hands on him. What I'm saying shouldn't offend him. And if it offends him, that's on him. I'm recording at the end of the day. Then I'm on the phone with somebody higher up than him. So make it make sense. That's what I'm saying. It's like some people just don't know what the fuck they talking about. Oh, they officers, you're supposed to bend down and, obey what they say. No, they fucking wrong, they fucking wrong. I'm going to sit here and let an officer just do what the fuck he want with me because he's a fucking officer. You got me fucked up.
You got me fucked up.
My bad. Let me bring the Philly.
Oh, you need to clip her. Got me fucked up.
That's my favorite phrase.
That's good though, writers. That's good.
You're supposed to.
Because had you not done that, then what would have happened?
What would have happened? We would have had a dead young boy. He was just high off of fucking shrooms, sticking up a fucking store. Fucked up situation, yeah. That's why you gotta be careful. I be telling people like, man, a casket or a cell, which one you want?
So what happened to him? They took him to the hospital?
First he went and got booked, and then, it turned out that he had mental health issues. Mom's not really around, so he was out here hustling, but he ended up taking something that he was selling. they came out with, well, they've been came out with the shroom pills. He ended up popping a few of them, but he's got mental health issues. So it went from already hallucinating to really hallucinating. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, Craig, and I think that they should also have like the city issued police cell phones, you know, for law enforcement. They should have those on record too. They should like have those screen recording everything, all their conversations. 'Cause they get on those cell phones and then they go and say other things that, you know, sometimes they're colluding against the citizens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but that's what be happening when y'all be seeing these arguments in the hood between cops. It's not that we don't have cops that don't care. We do got cops out here that don't care. The problem is that in a lot of our neighborhoods, we have cops that come from other places. They're not from here, so they don't know what's really going on. They either and then at the same time, you got them short tempered. And then they call us racist. The problem with them is they have a problem with us, the people in the urban community. Why they on this side, I don't fucking know. They should be on the nicer side. Where
So
nobody,
where they're from, it's different.
I don't know. I think Word understands where I'm coming from and what I'm trying to say. Like the majority of these officers that you hear have altercations on these videos, like the ones that I be helping up, they're not from the they're from the suburban side. Let's put it like that. We're on
They
the
ain't
hill.
invested into the community. So think about this. Like, what do you like? I was saying this about the school and the medical field, though. You know, like when you have a vested interest in something, you go about it a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, say if you're a doctor, or just say you're a nurse in a hospital, right? And the people you treat is from your community. These people you gotta see. You've seen the kids grow up. So if something happen, you go, be a little bit more invested into them. Same thing for the cop.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the cop, like even the guy who was around here, he I communicate with him. So me talking to him, I might be walking around with my hoodie on all the time. Another cop that don't know me, that might be suspicious to them. But with him, he like, oh, that's his door. You know what I'm saying? That's his door. He always walking around in a hoodie. He see
Yeah.
me, he wave, hey, how you doing? That's not suspicious to him because he
I
knows
see
me.
what you're saying.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
It's like I don't know how many of y'all caught the live where I went live and there was this chick she was like, I don't know if she was high or she had mental health issues or she has mental health issues and she popped some shit. But she was threatening the old head, the owner of the church in the corner, right? And we had to call the cops. They was calling the cops, and they finally came and got me, right? And as the block captain, I'll make the call and I let them know, look, listen, I'm the block captain of such and such block, right? They gotta come down here. If they don't come down here, the next meeting that we have and I make that complaint is they ass. Because I can get their badge number, I can get all that and just report their asses. And it's curtains. That's one of my jobs, not just to deal with the cars and the block parties and all that. I deal with the commissioners. I deal with all that shit. So I'm sitting here, right? I call them. They get here fast as shit. I was like, they probably gonna take long as shit. No, they got here in less than what? Like they got here in less than 10 minutes. So we had a few white cops, right? There was a few Spanish cops, right? And we had like two black cops, right? The white bull, I don't know if he had something stuck up his ass too, but he had like some type of attitude. He was mouthing off to me. He was mouthing off to the other chick, right? I'm sitting here. I'm trying to explain to the one. I think he's the one that spoke up here, the white shirt. He's the one that hit above all of them. I forget what he is.
supervisor,
I forget what the white shirts are called,
the
but
supervisors,
it's
usually
not.
it's like a sergeant or
Yeah, something like
uh,
that, but it's not supervisor. I forget what they're called, anyways.
Well, it's different in different places.
Yeah, but the white shirt, right? I'm sitting here. I'm trying to explain to him. I was like, well, listen, this lady spit on the chicks on the health on the old lady's healthcare phase. She's doing this, she's doing that. The lady just don't want her here on her property, right? So I walk away with the camera. I'm sitting down, right? And I get back up and I hear the cops say, look, listen, she don't want her in the property. So he's telling the cops, find a way to get her out of here, right? The white bull over there screaming and yelling and saying all this bullshit, right? Now the black bull, he stood behind. He's like, I'm gonna stay back. Right? Everybody started clapping because he knew, he understood what was gonna happen if they all left, right? The lady was gonna come back, and we're talking about a sick lady that just came home from a hospital, and this lady's over here making threats, talking about her dead husband and has been gone for a year, doing this and doing that. I'm sitting here, I was like, yo, y'all gonna come back, but it's gonna be to bury this lady.
Yeah,
They
when I said
didn't want to do their job. I'm like, you're not from here, motherfucker. That's why you got that attitude. The black boys do it. We know he from the community.
Chingon, you're hilarious.
yeah,
He's trying to tell
usually when they
jokes.
say like when they ask for a supervisor, it's usually a sergeant that's on
That's
duty at the time.
yeah.
It's a sergeant, but they, when you ask for a super, that's who in charge. Then you get the lieutenant and captain.
I'm
But
so used to calling them
usually
white
the white
shirts.
shirts that come to the scene, those are sergeants.
Okay. I'm used to calling them white shirts. Chill.
Yeah, them usually. So they like if you ask for a supervisor, they gonna send a sergeant.
See, the white shirts were like for me, they're like trainees,
No, the white
or
shirts.
they're like the
Well, with the
community.
Yeah.
not those the ones with the actual like the dress is more dressier than the
Yeah.
polo. Polo
Yeah,
shirts is usually the trainees. The
Those are
sergeant, I mean, they got their sergeant uniform on. The
see.
uniform is a white
it's nice.
blouse.
Yeah,
In
it's a
Is
good
a
Philly,
white
uniform.
blouse.
we got sergeants, we got sheriffs, we got commissioners, and I'm not sure what the other one's fucking called.
Well, all the cities got them. Those are different positions.
Yeah.
Like the
Troopers
sheriffs
I,
ain't even part of the
I
police department.
keep
That's
forgetting
their
white
own thing.
shirts. I mixed them all up. I'm not gonna
or
sit here and
state
lie.
police.
Yeah.
Got state police
Well,
too.
I got a lot of my family in law enforcement. That's the only reason. I know my cousin just became a sergeant. He a sergeant over the K9 unit. So each unit got different sergeants. Each shift got a different sergeant.
Mm-hmm. That I
Well,
noticed
but
too.
then you got a lieutenant, and then you got a captain. The captain don't usually be in the precinct. They come in
No,
there,
no.
but they don't usually be in the
He only
precinct.
he only comes
Captain
as an
usually,
emergency. I know who the
yeah, they
Have you
captain
usually,
seen
is. I've
have you seen
spoken
the
to him.
officers in like Miami? They got like their uniforms open with like their chest out.
For real?
how do you
What
do
the fuck?
Oh my god. Yeah, and then their uniforms are different because of the weather,
Oh
because it's
that?
shit.
hot.
You
I've never seen
don't
that.
want no cops walking around hot. Nah, they be
They got
mean as hell. I'm straight.
they got that
You want
breathable
them to be cool.
material.
Yeah, probably wearing Under Armour.
We're funny as shit. I can't with him, yo. He said they probably wear an Arm and Hammer and shit. Shit, they
Do you
probably
guys have riders? Do you guys have bike cops?
yeah.
Like not motorcycle, but like on their bikes?
Got them both.
Okay.
We
What
got
about
bikes, we
horses?
got the horses, yeah.
Got them too. And we got the
We
walkers
got
too.
the scooters. That must be on the little scooters, the little
Oh yeah, yeah,
segways,
yeah.
whatever they call it. We got them on there. I
The two
went
wheel ones,
downtown. I'm like, they on the segway. Yeah.
the mall cop ones.
Mall cops, they're not real cops. Well, yeah, they were not real cops. Well, not here at least.
Oh, hey, some of them are cops. They do that when they on duty. Damn, I didn't even know Rudy's still in the back. My bad, bro. Let me get my ass off here. Yeah, my bad, Rudy. Yeah, I was supposed to been get off here. I just had to finish those couple seconds. I'm
Good
ready to
night,
take my ass
nines.
up. I done
Good
burnt
night,
myself
everyone.
out. Get them burn up. Man, let me get my butt off here, man. Appreciate y'all coming and rocking out with me, though, man. We weren't really talking about nothing, but we was talking. That's what it's for. Anything y'all want to talk about, man, what we do is bring your own topic. Come up here, we'll rock about it.
Yep. This was a chingon life.
Just no unscrupulous mofos.
Yeah, no unscrupulous. I had to put that in the title. Like, no, man.
Person, I'm
Chill.
getting
People
tired of
probably
hearing
start Googling that shit. Like, what that mean? So that might be a deterrent. So, we had a good stream. Ain't nobody come troll, nothing like that. So we good.
Gary fall asleep on us.
Bubble gum. I forgot all the different type of shrimps, but yeah, they got a lot of different type of shrimps. Yeah, but let me get my butt off here. Yeah, Gary said what up at the beginning, took his ass to sleep. Gary sleep. I still ain't
Yeah,
made that emoji. I'm gonna get back to editing. Nate almost sparked it, but I did a workout and I
that's
felt
what I'm
good.
gonna do.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finish this clip then and then play it. We talking about stop talking shit before I make you a clip. Like, no, you ain't never made me a clip, but I made you one. Let me stop talking shit to Nate so he get inspired.
I'm gonna make a drop for Gary. He's gonna say, "Abuelito, dame café." Every time he come in, I'm out.
But yeah, let me get my butt off her. But man, y'all know what I say. Care about how you feel. These are conversations that create nation. And if I say anything that resonated with anybody, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.
And do it for the 9.
What up, 9?
Acknowledge me!
They've been telling y'all, look.